Our students have a mental power and toughness that is always changing, endlessly experimenting with the latest and cutting-edge research. Our understanding continually evolves with over 200 arcane laboratories. They are shaped in clinics and grafted in the real world. From careful studies basics to full ISIT certification, we teach it all. Our campus is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ravnica. If you're dedicated to nature and science, Simic University is for you. Simic University, we don't just teach evolution, we evolve.
All right, we got one of our old favorites in the house. I'm back after a week off. Had a really good visit with my buddy. Sorry for missing last week. Every 8 months or so, we try to dust this off and see where it sits, because this is right on the edge of tier 2 and 1, depending on the metagame. It's very good against Serpent, and it's actually okay against Red. I usually do lose the first game, but if you see our sideboard, we've got 8 blasts in this thing, and we can kind of go home with Pulse of Murasa keeping us alive. This is Deathtouch Ping. UG Deathtouch, whatever you want to call it. Been fighting my lands a lot on this one. Now, there's 2 ways to build this. The first time I brought this list to you, I can't really remember the first time because I've played it multiple versions multiple times, but the latest iterations have usually been using fairies and ninjas, and I found there was just so much removal in the format. Wasn't quite getting there. I always wanted them to be spells, and I've been having a lot more fun with this list. So we'll go over the lands real quick. 3 Brokers Hideouts, 1 Forest. We've got, I always do this, 9 lands. 3 seats, 4 Tanglepool Bridge. If you remember, ramp can be kind of a problem, so I prefer this one, and 1 Tree of Tales. We've got Brainstorm at 2 spot, 3 Dispels main. I messed around with Spell Snare, and I always wanted it to be Dispel. Very rarely was I able to really catch somebody, and I kind of had to use it when it was relevant, not on a spell that was relevant, and I didn't really like that. It felt like I was just kind of playing catch up and countering something that I really didn't care too much about, whereas Dispel would have taken care of it. All 4 Preordain. Used to run Ponder, but I switched to Witching Well. Really like this with the fetchability of Trinket Mage. 2 Bonesplitters. This kind of gives us some gas. 4/2 Trinket Mage is, 1 shy of a 5/5 Serpent, so it's good times there. We've got 2 Longbows, which we obviously equip onto our poisonous creatures. 1 Tormod's Crypt to go fetch and be able to get stuff. We've got a Counterspell package. 4 Vipers. We've got 4 Recluse and 1 Winged Coatl. Very good against Guardian of the Guild pack. Otherwise, can't really get through that. And sometimes a big flyer can be coming your way. It's nice to be able to have this option if this doesn't happen. And you get this at instant speed. We get them all back with Pulse of Murasa, including the Trinket Mage we run 4 of. And Kenku shows up, being able to do the old, 3/3 artifact land thing. And sometimes, you throw it on a Witching Wall or something like that. But rarely. Check up in the chat here. Sorry to ditch everybody there. Dreamer Stingo, welcome back. Thanks. Good to have you with us, and mine stepped real nice and early as always with the hype. What the heck is going on with my keyboard? It felt like there was a wire under there. All right, so I've got 4 Blasts, 4 Hydroblast, 1 Echoing Truth, 2 Tranquilities, 3 Terrifying Presence, and 1 Tormod's Crypt. Those of you that don't know this card, you get attacked with 9 creatures, you block with your infect creature, you target it, nothing gets through except the death touch damage, not infect, and then you hopefully have a ping on it too, so you kill 2 of their creatures, don't take any damage. So probably be a bit longer show today because that's just the way this runs. It's a bit more of a control strategy here, but we'll see what we can do. I am so excited. Tomorrow night, my 49ers, who are undefeated here in the Americas, are going up against kind of their biggest rivals, and I hope they obviously keep winning. I truly believe they can go the whole season. And big news on the home front, my son, oldest, Alex, he's literally driving across America yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and his car broke down this morning somewhere in near Little Rock, Arkansas. So it's kind of stressful. Every time the phone rings, I'm like, oh no. He's been waiting for a tow truck for like 2 hours now It's been crazy. So anyway, by the way, this is Thanksgiving weekend in Canada. The actual holiday is Monday. Interesting. I did not know that, Mindstab Throw. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, this is just a little bit more spell-centric. Sit back, keep your stuff safe, counter things. I thought I would really miss the ninja package, but I'm not too much. It's feeling pretty strong here. And like I said, this is up there with Wide Infect, one of the fan favorites, and I took it to a couple challenges. I've always placed in the top 20 with it, and it's a surprisingly good and resilient little list here. So am I up? Oh yeah, there I am. There's just a lot of people waiting, I guess, huh? Oh, there's some sort of a tourney going down. There's whenever you see the little writings about these little leagues and stuff, a lot of times they'll have these some free leagues and such. But whenever their rounds up, it can get a little crowded. So it might be a spell before we get a challenger. Hopefully not. And I found 2 Kenku to be really optimal here. Messed around with, obviously started with 4, but went to 3. 2 is just. I don't know. It just felt like I was forcing it all the time with 3. It seems to show up perfectly. And don't forget, we got Pulse of Murasa, so late game, it does feel like we're playing with a lot more than that. So, why no Brave the Wilds? Can you bring that card up in the chat? That one I do not have memorized. Yeah, there we go. Brave the Wild. If the spell's bargain, target land you control becomes 3/3 with haste. It's still a land. I don't know. Just rather it be a creature because I can grab it with Pulse. But, yeah, I didn't know Kenku was up that much. Boy, I tell you, if you could buy an online booster box, I know that's not a thing, but if you could, that would be a hell of a set to get any of those rare sets, because that's just supply and demand just in spades there. We're going to keep this. Got our pretty nice hand. We can protect it early and often. End of turn, a Viper. Hopefully we find a natural bow. Maybe we'll just find a Trinket Mage and go from there. Reprint. Did they reprint Snuff Out, or are you just making that up, Chimpskey? I didn't hear anything about that. I did learn that if a name ticket goblin or whatever that thing's called comes down and you kill it straight away, kind of like Spellstutter Sprite, it doesn't generate the mana. So I didn't know that the first time I saw the card. So. All right. Oh, I hope it's not Ramp, because I told you I haven't seen Ramp in weeks, and it's definitely one of the with the Doctor Who stuff. I did not know that. Sorry, everybody. Thank you for that, Ocelot. It's really dark font on my end for your name, so I don't know what is going on. Do I have Oh, my headphones were getting in the way. Keyboard was a little wonky there. All right, we'll bring out the bridge. That way we at least aren't susceptible to a turn 2 Thermokarst. I hope that's really not what this is. If I see a mountain, then we're going to know we're going to have a rough road. There it is. Okay, boy, are we glad that we have undestructible lands, right? I'm not quite sure if it's time, if it's after 5 p.m. and they're on something right now, but that was an interesting move. I'll bring out an island and just pass. If they try to blow it up, we'll counter it. Yeah, unfortunately, I think the Kenkus are pretty darn needed in this. It's a kind of a nice little secondary finisher. And all right, we'll let this through. Not too worried about that. It is ramp, but we do only have one counterspell, so we'll see what we can do here. That could be a little bit of a pain. We do have quite a bit of stuff going on with our graveyard and being able to keep stuff alive, but we'll see. All right, we got more fun. Let's Preordain here. Dispel. Probably not the greatest card against this deck. Might be a time when you want to run Envelop, actually. I'm sitting on double counter. I wonder if I just attack here, trade. I'm going to go for it, pretend I have a trick. We've got another one in hand, EOT. All right. Established that we might have a trick. He doesn't want to block. That might mean that they're fighting, they're 1 or 2 mana away from things working, and these counterspells are going to be optimal. Of course, I like that. A little impatience by our Hurloon Minotaur friend. That's a good point, Mindstab Throw. Yeah, I'd have to check it out, but I'm pretty sure it would be fine. Boy, how much do we like hard counters? My goodness. Crunch. And we get, you know what. Well, I just think that being able to get it back with Pulse of Murasa, the 2-spot mid to late game is just such a nice finisher. But that's a nice point with the Brave the Wilds. Somebody might want to give that a try and see if it's a worthy inclusion. All right, first things first, let's go get a land, get the stuff. Got to sit back on a counterspell. I believe we're just going to preordain here. Yeah, let's preordain. Boop. Okay, there's our goods. Don't think we're going to need the mage. I still want it, though. We'll say top. Sit back on a counter. And probably use our Ambush Viper defensively to stop them from, getting the, what's that called? The thing. Oh, we countered it, so we don't get the land. Never mind. I find them, Chimpskey, if you don't run that, it just, it can run out. You use your creatures very defensively, and, however, with the new Bonesplitters in there and stuff, you can get some pretty good power going with just Trinket Mages after they've served their worth. You just, slam them down. 2, 4, 5. Here he comes. 2, 4, 5. We don't want to block that. I guess we bring out another dude. Don't have to really worry. I haven't seen any red show up, so I'm just going to bring this back out. Come on, land. All right. We could go get a land. That would be favorable. But we could do both with this play here. We're going to Witching Well first. All right, we like both of this. We've got enough Vipers. I do like having this here just for late game crunch. We'll drop the boat. Little land hurt. We can always Trinket Mage up a land next turn and still keep our mana open. I am going to attack. I don't mind if I lose one of these. I don't know how many of you like the movie Bloodsport. It's a classic with Jean-Claude Van Damme and stuff. Just one of those just great martial arts movies. But, they have that scene when they ask him to do the dim mak, which is the death touch. And I almost pulled that scene and put it at the top of the show, but it takes a little too long. And I thought people new to the show might think that, like, wait, what is this? Just some stream of Bloodsport? And so one of these days I might get that together. He's like, what the hell is a Dumac? that over American actor guy. And he's like, the death touch. And then propaganda. I was thinking of doing that. My favorite still is when I took Conan the Barbarian and made him talk about, what was it? Well, do I let this go? I don't really care at this point. I'm going to let that go. Gotta play Disciplined. So I had the fun idea for Kitchen Table, but not Pauper. Putting together a relevant type deck for each color. Started with red. Cleansing Wildfire. Yeah, I saw that at the top of the show. You said it was like one card away from being modern legal or something. Pretty cool. Can always go get that back with Pulse of Murasa. That serves a lot of masters here. Man, now we are hurting for mana. I think I'm just sitting back on Pulse for the seat or the counter. I don't like this red showing up. I really want to keep this safe here. Yeah, thinking I should. Nah, I don't want to have countered that. Let's go. Told you, ramp's the hardest thing. I haven't seen it in weeks, and of course, it's the very first matchup. So this goes under that little encyclopedia heading of like decks that get you back into Magic if you're a little burned out. This is seems to be a theme with a lot of my favorite pet decks. This is fine because we can just pulse EOT here. They might have an answer for our Viper, which would suck, but we're going to get our land back. There we go. Okay. I think I'm just going to go the pressure route here. I don't want to waste 3 mana until I got Counterspell backup, so I'm just going to upgrade our Viper into, like, Sarah Angel territory and go for it. Sure is nice. Got a 3-turn clock here, so. Crazy thing about Bloodsport, says Dreamer Stingo, is apparently based on a true story, based on a false story. Yeah, I actually know a little bit of intel about that. This is a tough call. I want this to live, but I'm afraid we're going to get, what do you call, steamrolled next turn with like a 6/6 and a bunch of, what do you call, Monarch and, what's the other one? I always forget it. Yeah, so my friend actually trained with Frank Dukes, the real man, and he apparently was quite the fake. This is from a friend of mine who's a lot like Spock. He's not a very fake dude. You have to remember back then, yeah, I'm just going to pay for that scred, aren't I? In the 80s and before, conmen really had their way. There was no internet to look stuff up, make sure somebody wasn't lying, fact check, or it would take months or years and somebody had to know something, and it wasn't that easy. All right, good news, we're going to be able to, we're losing a land here, but we're going to be able to kill that boarding party. At this stage, though, I might not want to. I might want to just Trinket Mage, attack. Yeah, okay, this makes it easier. All right. Well, we like seeing that little dude show up. Let's equip this up. I mean, I guess it dies either way, right? But might as well ask it for something. Maybe Scred. Okay, so Dispels would be good. Land's not doing anything here. Might as well go fix our next few hands. Even lands are probably good here from what we've seen. I don't like either of these, but I do like another death creature. We'll say top on that. Trinket Ganda. Oh, yeah. Earlier iteration of Simic Deathtouch, you also had the fairy package. Yeah, I really love that, but now it's not good enough. I named Chimpskey just out of the blue, like I said at the top of the show. I took it out of just curiosity. And, all right, we'll shoot here before any shenanigans go down. And really enjoyed and saw my win ratios go way up. It is a little cluttered with the ninja draw and being able to protect the combo and sit back. I don't know. It was just a really, I might go back forth, might be metagame dependent. It just seemed like those fairies and ninjas just had to spread the protection very thin. And a lot of times my bow wasn't saved, which is the theme of the deck. So went with more 1 mana answers, whereas a lot of times that sprite, mana was pretty gummed up, so to speak. Okay, let me do this here. Bloop. Kill you, sir. I'll go get a land. Since we can't do anything with the land, it's pretty obvious what land we're going to grab here. And we're going to probably use our Trinket Mage to close the show out with a Bonesplitter if they get flooded here. But this damn thing's so flexible. I'm very tempted to go down a 3 with these, but every time I do, I regret it. It just saves so many games, as we're seeing here. I mean, look at all these toys we could grab, but right now we need land. And we can't do anything with 1 mana, so we might as well play an indestructible land bridge and go from there. You could see how eviscerated we would have been if we not played these indestructible lands. I mean, from turn 2 on, it was a saving grace. I don't like the tempo loss. They used to be the Karoo lands, and then sometimes they even used it like an Ona's Grace package, but right there. All right. So they top deck pretty much nothing. Opponent had that one misplay with the Thermokarst early, but other than that, like I said, this is usually not a good matchup. Maybe it is now with the new Counterspell. So, yeah, I'm sure glad we've got the goods. Okay, well, I think I'm just going to, I was thinking I'm just going to attack. Let's just attack. He's dead next turn. And I'll bring out the Deadly Recluse for just extra power, and then we're going to have Dispel backup. So I think that's a better play than what I was thinking of equipping and sitting back and pinging stuff. But let's just shut out the show, get to game 2 as soon as we can. And man, that is some good artwork. Look at this. Beautiful. By Chase Stone. Ooh, should be a jeweler with that name. All right. Well, it's a tough matchup, but we won it. Ramp. GR and W for the win. Now, what do we do here? Well, we don't really need this at all. Most of what we're going to... I do want to keep our hard counters. I think we can go down one well. They're probably going to have a lot of like deglammers and stuff like that. So I'm going to lose a Dispel and a Bonesplitter. I don't want to go in with... I'm going to bring in 4 blasts just so we can really keep our guys alive here. Do a quick once over here. I don't need the Winged Coatl either. Yeah, 1 presence might be good here. Deglammer. I forget how it's said. I've heard it. There's quite a bit of counter power in this little list here. So and you know, when I first started taking the fairies out of this list, it felt really wrong, and then it just kept winning, and I kept going, oh, now I can do this, now I have more room to do that, and it served a lot of masters. We'll keep this hand. There's something about this deck that just likes a lot of land. I think this list runs 21. The other one with the fairies, for some reason I needed it to be like 23 land. It was really hiccuping. All right. This is starting like last one. Let's see if we can stay alive. Almost hope for another bridge here. Maybe I just preordain on a main 1 and see if we can find another bridge. At this stage of the game, unless he enchants that land, I'm not too wild about sitting back on a counterspell and playing that slowly. Yeah, Night Soil. I love that card. It is my step throw. It sure is. Ouch! All right. That card is great. I did pick that as one of the 3 cards you should want from that set, but I had no idea it was going to be that flexible. You think those things are so impenetrable, but there's quite a few ways around them in Pauper, so let that be a lesson to you all. Well, we're in deep doo-doo if they've got a Thermokarst or something like it. Let's go find something that makes mana. Well, okay. We've already got one of these. I'm going to say bottom on that, top on this, so we can maximize the goods. We already played a land, right? Just checking. Cast into fire. Yep. He got our land with it. Now we're a sitting duck. Sometimes Ramp can just have those blah draws where it's just... Well, we saw his top deck, right? It was a land destruction spell when he needed a creature or something to stay in it. So it can get kind of frustrating sometimes with those lists. But that early consistency is very explosive. And it's nice to see a bit of land destruction in a format. Nobody likes their lands being blown up, but makes for a pretty healthy metagame. I hope we see some red decks today. Very probable. If he had land destruction, I think they would have used it right there. However, this is a pretty big turn coming up. I think we wait on that Preordain. I was thinking of hanging out, but I think the counterspell is a lot more valid here because they're just at that optimal turn here. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's just crazy. And that's right now. All right, what big fatty are we going to stop here? Pretty much whatever this is, I counter it. That's a lot of investment. Here we go. There it is. Kaboom. Hopefully it's not a land destruction. Cascade. Oh, stop this big fatty from happening. You know what? We could also do a Hydroblast there. Is that smarter? Do we Hydro this? I want to max out my mana right now. I know I can't counter like a Avenging Hunter with Hydroblast, but with their mana hurting right now, I want to be flexible here. All right, Casting the Fire can't do crap. Oh, that's a good point, Chimpskey. You probably should have waited for that. Might have wanted to counter the thing that he brought out, right? Little mini punt. Didn't matter there, though, so I wouldn't really log it as one. What Nim Chimpskey said. Good call, my friend. Glad you're in my corner. All right. We can do stuff. But I'm feeling so fragile. I think we just... Do we power out a Trinket Mage? And just hope for the best? Get our mana right? They blow up a land, which is likely. I could play a Recluse and sit on Hydroblast. Let's do that. Trinket Mage. No, we've played a land this turn. We can go fetch one later. All right, we've seen 2 cast in a fire. One's in exile, one's in the graveyard. I've tried this with black too instead of green. It's just, boy, green really gets you there. Sandstorm was in my list for a while. The 1 mana instant. Shit. It's rare that I swear. Sorry about that, but that counter now save Hydro plan. That was my worst case scenario. Darn it. All right. Well. Woo, Papa. Thank you, Ultra Volcarine. Good to have you with us. Let's see if we're going to be able to pull this off. That cast in a fire really hurt. I love the propaganda hype. I gotta find something better to do with those. Hype's cool, but I gotta think of more stuff to do with those little extra Pauper points everybody earns. We got that card burning contest about a year and a half ago. You guys remember that? Can't believe how many people that offended. They're just like, oh, yay. There's no lands in our graveyard, and that's actually a bad thing. They keep getting thrown on the bottom or in exile. Ouch. Preordain, that's why I love you, baby. Come on now. Just give me something good to eat. All right. Bottom here and top on this. We're going to have to use that Trinket Mage. I think our Tree of Tales has been exiled, right? Oh, that was what was thrown on the bottom of the list. So we still have it if we want to get it with the Trinket Mage. May favor the opposite, though. I think I blocked that Avenging Hunter. Oh, when you bring the burning back. Yeah, we just might. I'm going to have the... definitely still have some cards for it. It was Pestilence and Counterspell when people were like, what are you doing? Or that argument. You should give them to people. It's like, well, online, sure. I'm happy to give cards away, but I'm not going to mail people cards. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to magically attain their address of people in need of a white bordered Pestilence. I'd rather burn it for entertainment value. Okay, I will block this. I need something in the yard for our Pulse. We're kind of far away from things becoming relevant on the front of what we're holding here. This is just kind of a waiting game here. All right. Yeah, we're going to be at 12 because of the trap damage next turn. All right, Trinket. That's nice to see, I'll admit. This is so frustrating, though, because, you know, I kind of want to go grab a blue source, right? So I think we'll take our chances since we've got a Kenku here, and we'll go get our Indestructible. Yep. That way we get green, blue, and hopefully a nice fighter next turn to get back. What do you call this thing? Wait a minute. The initiative. I keep thinking Monarch. I have considered that. There was a time... Oh, God. They've got our number for sure. Good news is we can do it again next turn. So I think they went pretty hard like that. Going to have to find maybe our basic forest here. I don't think we're pulling this one off. They're keeping us back enough. I could trade with the Visionary here, but Here he goes. All right. Come on over. If you haven't seen our little poll from the Antiques Roadshow, that's our first commercial break. It's pretty cool. This lady brings her husband's like Power 9 and everything. What'd you say, Shiraz? He's like the most well-groomed man on the planet or something. That was a pretty funny take. I don't think we're going to win this one, guys. We're going to try the exact same turn we did last game. We'll go from here. Do I keep them both back and double block? I think I do. Yep. Go grab our other Tanglepool Bridge. We will play it. And we need like a 1.5 turns off just to stabilize, gain some life, and start getting the initiative ourselves. But I don't think that's going to happen. They're keeping us back on our toes a little bit. So about to write the L. Probably a pretty good deck to overboard against, you know, because like you just brought up Dreamer's Tango. It's like, if you don't want to pick up my lands, then kind of the other theme of the deck is the artifacts. So that's why we run so heavy with anti-red. Okay, we're going to take 3. I'm going to lose our team. I'm going to get rid of the Trample Man, though. Unless they've got some... Down to 4. What have they got? 3 cards in hand. Way too many. What is this new devilry? Come on, just lands and enchantments maybe, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. Ha ha ha. Okay, don't really mind this draw. I mean, we're kind of dead in the water here, but I can do Kenku. Do we just attack here? I think I do. Okay. And that way I can get a basic forest. I can block with Kenku and pulse it, maybe. I think it's worth this. If the pirate shows up, we've got the Hydroblast. It takes some stones to attack here, but I think it's the right move. Unless they have yet another. I mean, we've got Dispel back up. I'd hate to use it offensively here. Kind of want to just get in, get me my mana. Always kind of been torn on ramp builds when they have this land destruction theme and the initiative. It seems kind of counterintuitive, but I guess it doesn't always happen, and the tempo's obviously worth it. I mean, I'd play it that way too, but it's like when a UFC fighter gets hit really hard and they go, "Oh, that didn't hurt," and it's like, yeah, it did. It's like land destruction where you're just like, you tell people like, you know, "Oh, that's a weird fit." It's like, yeah, that's a good sign. That means that you really need your land, and you wish they didn't do that. Come here, Forest. You thought I wasn't playing basics? Take that, sucker. Woo! Please tell me you didn't play a land. I'm so bad at that. I always think, all right. We have that. Unless they attack with the Arbor Elf, I will stop them from doing the initiative tricks. Okay, do I go to 2? I think I do. 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't really count that much that way anyway. And a Pulse of Murasa for that. Actually, no, I'd rather just get like a Trinket Mage here. And I'm going to go down to 2. I'll trade. We'll keep it. If we can pull this one off, I want to be able to have our Recluse start pinging things, but we're quite a few turns from that happening. But we will be at 8 life next turn if I can do anything about it. Ouch. Reveal the top 10 cards. This is a barely one. What shall it be, folks? Good afternoon, the Martyr Guy. Good to have you with us. And it's another... Well, the good news, our Deadly Recluse can block that. Bad news, it has Trample. I don't know if I've seen that happen, Mind Stab Throw, about the highlighted lands happening. Man, I wish that was a big old red spell. Okay. Well, we go like this. Get our life back. I don't think this is even enough to do much with. 2/6 would get over. I think we grab. Trinket. Play Recluse. Puts us at 8. Play this and this for green and play Recluse. No, he's got us either way, doesn't he? Yeah. It's rough. That's rough. All right, let's go to game 3. Just too much tempo loss there, and almost felt like we could have, like I said, we just needed that one little hiccup beat, Spore Frog or something like that. Speaking of which, that's what these are in here for. I don't really want to overboard. It's tough with 2 mana. They're picking on our mana quite a bit. Let's get rid of Witching Well. Might have been a little hard in the paint with these. Tranquility, maybe a 1 of? No, that feels like overboarding to me. We might need to find lands. No, I don't want to get marooned. Sometimes that can be a really depressing card. You know, let's bring this back in just because they don't have any flyers. We might be able to grab some evasion there. Yeah, we did all right for the mana crunch we were under, right? All right, let's see if we can pull this off. Like I said, this is the worst matchup for this list. Okay, we can get green. Boy, against a land destruction deck, this is frustrating. I think I'm going to throw this back. Ultra Volcarine, yeah, if you want a budget-friendly version of it, we're suggesting that might be a way to go. Would you guys keep or scoop this? I'm leaning on scoop. We got late. This is kind of a dead draw unless everything goes well and there's no land destruction. I'm going to mulligan this. This is when I wish that wasn't Evolving Wilds instead of a, you know what. All right, I like this. We'll keep. What are we going to throw back? We won't need you for a while. Let's get rid of that. Is it done here? We'll play out a Bonesplitter, sit back on Counterspell, and hopefully we can stop some land from going bye-bye, because... Yeah, that's mostly the consensus there, what Mindstep Throw said. I even considered playing with Envelop. All right, Kenku. Let's put out some bait here. Boop. Leave that far. Yeah, I probably should have led with an island there in case he does have Deglamor there. I don't mind it on a Bonesplitter, but I'm going to be forced to counter something here. Hopefully they're just stuck on a forest and they are hoping for that enchantment to show up or something like it. Yeah, they're stronger, but boy, when you see Terrifying Presence work in this list, it is quite the tempo swing. It's like fog and your best thing's dead, sometimes 2 of your best things. Yeah, Pulse can always grab lands too, so very relevant in this matchup. Where did our opponent go? I'm not sure. Come on, Herloon. Yellow. Let's see if they're... Game log. They're still there. Yo. Maybe they use the restroom. Oh, there they are. Good. Good, good, good. So my oldest, yeah, he's traveling across the Americas today. He's broke down in Arkansas. He's supposed to be here in about 2 or 3 days. Tempted, tempted, tempted. All right, we'll let that go. But he actually because of all the benefits of being in the services and stuff. He's able to. He bought his first house up near Olympia, Washington. So his top spot he wanted to be. And guess what's 1 hour away? Renton, which is where Wizards is. So when I go up to visit him, maybe I'll stop by the brick and mortar of the Wizards mothership. Okay, I do not mind that happening. This is tempting with the Kenku here. Just, throw it on. It's just everything that we throw it on. We've already seen like a lot of hate. They've got Casting a Fire, and they've got a Deglammer, and they have Land Destruction. So got to tread very lightly. In fact, might have been a good call that maybe even lay off the Kenkus in this matchup. I don't know. Just a flyer is so relevant. I think Turbo Fog's almost always has a place. Just depends on the pilot. Mind Step Throw. We've got 7 minutes left. Are they doing something EOT here? What's going on? This is Deglammer. We let this go. That's fine. We were stuck on 1 or 2 lands. It's one thing. We've got a third in our hand and feeling all right. Yeah, that deck's surprisingly decent. We showed it on this list when it first became available. I will go on record as saying I played Creatureless Infect before anyone, back when Pistis Strike and Virulent Wound were the only ways to give your opponent it, and then using very bad Proliferate cards. It was about tier 4, but it was a lot of fun. Is it Deglammer or Deglammer? I think it's Deglammer. Whatever I'm saying, it's probably wrong. Okay, I like this. We can just sit back and counter any shenanigans coming our way. I hope they're just kind of, maybe they're flooded with elves and like wild growths, and they're like, dang it, where's the meat? Thank goodness for Counterspell. I ran 2 for a while, and I was like, you know what, this deck is just all about getting a threat down and keeping the board safe, and I want to just be able to stop any threats from going down. So. All right, looks like our little counter plan is I'm going to take Chimpskey's advice and wait to see what gets cascaded here. Boarding Party. I don't mind that nearly as much as I mind. I can block Boarding Party all day long. I'm going to counter the Dino here. Bloop. You'll do this turn. Take 7. That's going to hurt. But we got Kenku next turn that can block them. Maybe we can top deck. Well, that won't work. We're going to be mana shy there. Scred showing up. Okay. Oh, they got a land destruction spell still? I know Scred's in their hand. All right. Let's see. Boarding Party. Bye-bye. 1 card known. Let's draw. I'm fine with these extra lands. We'll bring this out and just hope that they don't have the goods. This is a scenario that when you do have Hydroblast, it's really nice because you can actually, tap the Tanglepool Bridge to save itself. Don't have to be attacking, so we'll just save this as defense here. Regardless, I can, you know what? I could equip Bonesplitter onto the Kenku and just block that next turn if I want to. I could do it now, but I want to pretend like I've got a Hydro up. Plus, we know they've got Scred in hand, so. Come on, just draw dead. Need a little help here. This doesn't look like it's going to be a spell I want to see. We're at 4 mana. We're going up at 6 mana. Yikes. It's huge, whatever it is. Good grief. I don't think we're going to start this round with a win. Oh, especially now. That's brutal. Yeah, they're going to be able to do that. All right, I'm going to ship this in. That's too much to come back from. You could argue Pulse gets us this round even, but that's 12 a turn, and we can trade with 1, but we'll take an L there. Told you that was the worst case scenario, and we face it first. I'm surprised we won the first game. Able to pull that one off, but yeah. That's why we play the Indestructibles. But it's not enough sometimes, and it wasn't there. So want to find a home for that somewhere in the 75 because I love playing cards that are in colors you don't expect. A Tortured Existence Gate deck. I have seen that, yeah. Oh, yeah, I want to play first. Okay, we can get there. It's a little clunky. Keep this. Tough call here. Do we preordain or do we just get our mana right? I think we'll get our mana right, depending on what we're up against. It's probably red. I need more coffee. It's when I wish I had an assistant. Like, fetch me a coffee, boy. We'll get our mana right. Brokers Hideout. Okay, let's find our lone forest. Really confuse our opponent. And go from there. Thank you, Chimpskey. If I hear some pouring effect, be like, whoa, that's quite the long distance pour. Netherlands to America. Alrighty, this looks either like slivers or some sort of, I don't know what. Alright. Shall we assemble our thing? I'm just going to bring out our Recluse here. Maybe it'll eat a journey. And keep our Winged Coatl for the surprise element. It might be relevant here with planes. They might be on a Guardian of the Guild packs style thing. And there's a gate. Yep. This Winged Coatl might be relevant. Oh, 1-9. Good to have you with us. Good morning back at ya. Alrighty, we've got some power goods here. I think we wait on the counterspell. Let's go try to find our combo. Maybe we can just keep the board clean if we can find it. Not quite sure I'm going to want the spell here. I'll throw bottom. I'll throw bottom on this too. Rather just, there we go, another land. That's fine. We got an EOT, Ambush Viper. I want to encourage an attack phase here so that they're free and clear and we can swing for 3 next turn and they hit us for 1. I'm fine with that. Used to call this deck Flash Gordon. A very bad 70s movie, but everything in this thing had flash, especially when you play the Spellstutter Sprite version of it. That can be a lot of fun. Yeah, in 2 weeks we're going to miss another show because I'm going to be up for my Halloween party up in the Lake Tahoe area with my buddies. Go every year. God, I've been going on like 30 years now, I think, almost. Pretty crazy. Sometimes if you're low on life too, it's fun to play the Ambush Viper or Winged Coatl like before they attack so that it looks like you messed up, but because you don't want them to attack and they're like, oh, yes, I won't attack, and then you're just like, sucker. Kind of a free fog effect. Lake Halloween, yes. Oh, this looks spicy. All right. Might be pretty relevant since we're going to be killing so much stuff. Let's throw this out. They can keep that alive via the bodyguard and just keep bringing it back. That's frustrating. That'll help. Have fun getting your spell back now, sucker. Woo! Do we pitch it now? I think I'll sit back. We got the Coatl. It's a fun word to say, Coatl. I still think Tethmos is uncharted territory. That's so much card when you can get it to work. It's fragile, but opponent's like, what is this guy playing? I'm kind of regretting throwing that Bonesplitter back. I got 3 a turn in the air if we time this right. What on earth is our opponent? Did they just not have removal? Boy, if we top deck a Trinket Mage or a Longbow here, it's going to be good times. That's good too. We'll sit back on this and I don't know, I'm going to attack with both of these guys. We've got a pulse here. Let's see if they start doing some shenanigans with Tethmos. Well, if it works my way, they're only going to have one reanimation go about. Attacked with the Recluse there because I didn't want to trade Viper for Bodyguard, if you're wondering. Okay, and either way, we had the Pulse backup. Pulse backup plan. Love that old Tormod's Crypt artifact. Prostate Pirates back in the house. Yeah, this is one of our fan favorites. UG Deathtouch, or Simic Deathtouch, or Deathtouch Ping. It goes by a lot of names. Good times. I think I just block here. White and green? I don't really... Let's just let this hit us. Don't have to really fear a green or white ninja, right? It's just 1 mana. Thank goodness for Tormod's Crypt. Come on, something relevant. Trinket Mage. Alright, we'll do that then. I'll come at him with these. Keep Recluse back. Bye-bye Tethmos. Probably going to use Bodyguard here. Okay. We've got a Pulse just for this scenario. Keep an eye on that graveyard. We can counter natural creatures. I just don't want that Bodyguard coming back because that's pretty mean against us. Love your videos. Cool content. Thank you, SCFy. I think I said that right. Probably not. Thanks. Good to have you with us. All right. Let's do this now, I guess. We don't want Bodyguard coming back. We might have another spell and it won't matter. It looks like that's the case. So he's going to get big and fat. All right. I don't want to counter either of those. Bodyguard's back. Get the bow online, it's going to be hard to keep up with us as far as like so many removal triggers. And plus, you know, a big fatty coming at us isn't going to be too intimidating, especially when we have access to a insta-speed creature. I mean, we can play Ambush Viper this turn. Let's see what they want to do. Okay, well, I don't value Ambush Viper all that much versus the Deadly Recluse with a board of swarmed creatures on the ground. So I'll bring this out, make him use his Bodyguard now. Gain 6. Or do we just do that? Just going to keep making him use his stuff now. He can, you know, Thrill of the Hunt. It's just, he's going to go so all in on this guy. Eventually, if we draw our bow, if we ever do, we'll be able to deal with it. Block here. Oh, that's unfortunate. They've got a lot of good cards against us so far. A lot of protection suite. Not quite sure if it's going to be relevant to bring in another Tormod's Crypt. I just have so many instant speed tricks. All right, let's attack here. I can still call green. Well, he just got creatures for days. There's a Thrill of the Hunt, which is relevant. Viper counter. I'm not quite sure if it's going to be worth it. I'll try it though. The good news about these Celestia creations is they're very resilient, have very high creature quality. But this is what I was talking about. I don't want the surprise value here. I want them to just not attack. So I'm going to play this out like, aha, oops. But they can't draw much, so what do you call the wilds or whatnot? That'd be a pretty cool spell. I think I'm gonna block Bodyguard here. I know they can do that. Get him back instant speed, and they're probably gonna do just a what do you call or do I just let this through and counter on their turn? I'm gonna let this through. Getting a little too defensive minded here. Could feel the face palm a country away. Wow, Vipers really like us today. We'll bring this in. Is that all of them? 1, 2, 3. Oh, Murasa sure made it feel like it. I'm getting maybe 4 sneaky damage here with this counterspell. They just don't have any creatures that are that relevant. Okay. Gonna call on the prismatic effects. There it is. I'll counter prismatic. First, I'm gonna use bodyguard. We'll at least get in for 2 damage. Yep. Making Thrill of the Hunt next turn. Bring back bodyguard. I sure would be running like Seeker of the Way if I was our opponent. They probably are. We just haven't seen it yet. Yeah, there's quite a few of those return enchantments. White has a few too. I think Conviction, or I forget what it's called. They're right on the edge of being playable, but when you have that kind of interaction, it's pretty great. Or Travel Preparations is probably in this list too. All right, there it is. Just trying to exhaust amount of cards here. Gosh, we really need our combo to show up. Trinket Mage, anything right now. I'm going to do the same thing. Just trying to exhaust it on their turn. I'm not too worried about a 3/5. They're like, geez, are you playing 5 of those? Yeah, Satyr Wayfinder is a very good call on Chimpskey. Well done. I'm going to block here. I can do it on their turn. We're hellbent. They're not. Yep. I know we've drawn a lot of Vipers, but it feels like that's about their 10th bodyguard thanks to this interaction here. Okay. Don't mind that at all. I can block that for days. 1 card. If they're out of tricks, we might have a window here if we can do anything. Just need to stop drawing lands. Even a Kenku would be nice. At least speed up this clock. We are at 24 life. Thanks to Pulse of Murasa there. What do we got here? Brainstorm. I'll take it. Hopefully we don't get marooned. Got quite a few shuffle effects in this list though. What is this? Okay. It's another Thrill of the Hunt. Well, we like Preordain, don't we? We'll do this and this. Fortunately, this will let us dig those back up, throw them out. Of course, we could. Witching Well isn't that bad of a pull here. I'm going to say bottom. Maybe, yep, there we go, cool. There we go. I'll keep our guys on defense. Attack for 4. Got him on a 3-turn clock. That Sacred Cat is maybe relevant here, especially if the Basilisk Gate shows up. Thanks for joining me, everybody. So nice to have such a nice steady audience on Saturdays. Sorry I was off last week. Prismatic Main. They are ready for red. As are we, but it's usually in the 2nd and 3rd game. Yeah, this deck, believe it or not, against, I think I have it in the other room. It's like 12-2 against the red decks with, you know, all the fixins. with 4 Pulse of Murasa's main and the counter suite, and then especially after the games 2 and 3, tends to win a lot. Ouch, that's what I didn't want. Dang it. That is going to really keep him in it. Throw the Hunt's right there. All right, we'll block with Kenku. Good reanimation target if we find, you know what, I don't want to just lose it to the bodyguard there. If we had Deathtouch Ping out, I'd shoot our own dude here so they don't gain the life. That really blows. It's going to probably keep him in this. It's like, don't draw Basilisk Gate, top deck Basilisk Gate. That's frustrating. Guess we got to lower our percentage for drawing lands. See ya, Mata guy. Good day today. I have to play baseball later. Oh, that sounds fun. I love playing baseball. I hate watching it. Unless it's that Little League World Series. That's good times. All right, we'll get over with some evasion here. Our opponent's list could sure use some evasion. I wonder if they're running like Ginger Brute or, you know, Healer's Hawk and a list like that, or even the that one Pegasus that's a 1/2. Looks clunky, but it has lifelink, lives through fairies all day long, and electricity effects. I always thought that was a pretty relevant card. Double Bodyguard with Thrill of the Hunt in the yard. This is getting frustrating. Yep. Man, if we draw a bow now, we've just got double death each turn. Got to stay alive long enough for that to be relevant, though. This many instants and stuff, I'm not quite sure if bringing in a Tormod's Crypt is the right call. Ah, thank you, Trinket Mage. I love you, baby. Woo! There we go. Here's our mystical teachings. Yes. Do you want to do this amazing thing? Well, let me think about it. Just double checking here. Longbow it is. Woo! Longbow it is. And I'm not even going to mess around. We're going to equip this right now on our Spider-Man. We've got 2 colors for them to worry about now, thanks to our dude here. I guess we'll attack. We're not going to be blocking, so let's do something with it, right? This way I can kind of have a shooting gallery next turn. I'll have to use their bodyguards on the cat. Still not that effective. This is going to be close. I think the right play might be block cat with Trinket, shoot Tethmos. Very curious. Tethmos getting in. All right, just let that resolve. Down 3 minutes. It's gonna be some long matches today. Probably have about a 3-hour show today if these games keep up. All right, shoot now, shoot later. Guess we wait for this. Okay, we can always shoot our own guy here. Green there, shoot there. Let's block here. Now to shoot our own guy or not. We just shoot bodyguard. Shoot the cat maybe? Or do we shoot our own guy? Our own guy's gonna die anyway. We'll shoot our own guy. No life for you. Maybe keep Tanglepool back. So we can... This is a tough puzzle to solve. Need them to stop drawing critters. We've already used our Tormod's Crypt. Yeah, the problem, they're playing very disciplined with keeping like a 1 mana, instant answer in the graveyard so that our Tormod's Crypt isn't all that effective. This is a good case when Relic might be more prevalent. If this was like a list that was popular, I'd probably have 1 Relic in the side, but just found that Tormod's just at 0 is just so hard to beat, just being able to drop it right now. This helps a lot. We've got another Kenku option we can grab. I'll grab yet another Viper, or do we just start shooting things now? All right, let's shoot. Let's just try to get rid of Tethmos. If we can stop this engine, we can claw our way back into this game. And Bodyguard comes back. Sack Bodyguard, throw the hunt sort of play here. We'll be at 23. I'm not too worried about stuff. Okay, there he comes. I think I'll get Trinket for another bow. And I'll just have double bow action so I can respond to things. I think that's the right play here. Bodyguard's going to be sacrificed. Okay, at least we got rid of 1 thrill. Seasonally appropriate. I love it, Dreamer's Tango. That's awesome. All right, so they are protected. That's fine. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Trinket Mage on me. Trinket Mage. Here we go. Okay. Yes. Another Longbow. Boop. This stage of the game, if we weren't under this life crunch, we might be able to grab Witching Well right there, but I'm not going to be doing anything with this Winged Coatl, so we'll go like that. I'll keep the bridge back for the cat. We'll be gaining some life, but at least we won't be taking a bunch. So better than playing ping pong with the longbow. Just grab another one and start doing it that way, right? Plus we got the threat of a double block on Tethmos. Of course, you could just call blue, still die. Don't need a double block. What am I talking about? What a grind. Fun grind, though. A lot of decisions. Savage Swipe. What's this new devilry? All right. Yeah, I guess he doesn't really get any value out of that with the Tethmos interaction. It's nice to know he has those, though. Okay. My youngest got to play a vintage event. The store here, because obviously it's almost impossible for people to have vintage decks in mass. He allowed proxies, and they had like I forget, there was some just a very generous first prize and stuff. He did terrible. His deck it's one of those decks that just said draw cards, draw cards, draw cards. But I think he went like 2 and 3 and then came home. But fun event. Okay, we're at 20. We're set. Let's bring out the bow. We'll keep our seat as a mystery card, making them think we've got a little counter. I'm always fond of doing that, especially at this stage when it just really doesn't matter here. Let's see if we can ping them out. I want to do this on our turn for very obvious reasons. Use double bodyguard. A little. Hopefully, if they just draw out of all this gas, maybe they don't have an instant for once. Once we can kill Tethmos, we'll be right in this. Be hard to keep anything on the board with this stuff. So now they're needing 2. I used to play Pestermite in this, so I could untap my guys. Just a little too cutesy, though. Oh, that's an interesting scenario. I could play the land, equip, and be able to tag the Sacred Cat I think that's the play here. Boom, boom, boom. And I think we'll go like this. Hiya. Oh, I remember Chandelar. Yeah, my son still plays it sometimes. Alrighty. Oh, it's still not even on there. Okay, I get it. Deathmo showing up. Gonna be back next turn too. I guess I'll just ping the bodyguard then, huh? Deathmo's gonna get the other bodyguard back. Man, this is a frustrating build to play against with this style here. Got both our bows, can't complain too much here. Yep, there it is. Gotcha. We just have to stay alive, use this Tangle. We'll just use an EOT here. Yeah, my son, he really had a Chandelar phase. I tried to play it on the stream. I had it all for some reason. I should try now that I got a new PC. Maybe it would work better. But yeah, it was frustrating. All right, let's kill some bodyguards. Maybe that one card in their hand isn't anything. I don't know. This way we can at least respond if we kill the... that's fine. I don't know if we're going to have enough time to win here. This is game one. Be a satisfying win if we can pull it. All right. All right, first things first. Well, no, don't really want to do that, do we? This is weird. This is very weird. I want to keep that guy back. I have to keep him back. I'm just going to equip here. I know it's clunky. I just don't want to risk our defensive suite being used on something else. Hopefully they don't respond to this. I was thinking that I don't want to take unnecessary damage with like a 6/6 cat coming over. I want to keep that defense up. Might have been a misplay. I'm not quite sure. Do they have it? Let's see if we can kill this guy once and for all. Ah, he's dead. He's dead, Jim. Ah. Oh my goodness. 2, 3. Throw this on here. Do I do it now? No. Man, that was a... What did that... What's that, 15 minutes to kill that thing? I should call that El Presidente, all these bodyguards hanging around, right? Do we try it? I guess we're going to go for it. See if we can get rid of this now. If he wants to use one of his little trickery spells, he's probably got one to keep it alive. We'll take a lot of damage here. But that way we can kill it next turn. Hey, sometimes it works. All right, can we run home now? Oh, what are they? Sitting on prismatic strands, probably. Interesting. Okay. Good timing for this to show up. Put this here. I'll equip the longbow back on this. Say 1, 2, 3. Keep everything off the board, and if they don't do anything, we can just start pinging them in the face. We all know I'm holding Counterspell, so what are they going to do? Yep, Sandstorm was in this list up until yesterday. I just found that I was like, it's getting a little too cutesy against red bushwhacker lists. I'd rather just have, Hydroblast and always have it be relevant here. All right, I'll do one. What a grind that was. Still not out of the woods. Another Deathmost drops. This might get ugly real quick. I really want to find a counterspell. There's another one. We'll bring that out. We're hitting for 7 a turn. No, you guys stay back. Ooh, I don't know if we have enough time to win this one, guys. I mean, it's like the deck wins, but the format, I mean, the interface doesn't. We got him at 6. We just win next turn. The opponent knows our clock is an issue here. We'll shoot you. We'll shoot you. Right. We'll attack with you and you. Got a Kenku there if we're worried about a prismatic effect here. All right. I can't believe we pulled that one off. But like I said, I predict we're going to just run out of time here. But woo! That was a trip. All right. Not necessary. Echoing Truth's not going to help too much. I guess we've got it. We might as well use it. Pretty sure they're going to have a Guardian play. Dispel, pretty good. I've seen quite a few instances. Witching Well, I don't want to see that till way later. And I want to keep Bonesplitters in because of the clock. We might be able to just get a fast flying creature out and just smash. So let's do a Superstitious Shuffle. I'll always throw a Brainstorm over here, and an island between 2 Pulse of Murasas is never lost. Let's go. Yeah, with all those bodyguards, I don't really want to be targeting much other than just our combo. We can keep redoing that. Echoing Truth, just boink, probe blue. It's like, Had the worst pickleball game of my life. I got invited last Friday. It's a really cool group of guys, all very good players. Usually play very even with them, and I was clearly the worst player. It was funny. I tend to play a lot. When I play my best, I haven't played in like a week, but I had played like 2 days in a row, and my wife always teases me. She's like, yeah, the only time you have a bad game is when you play back-to-back, and I'm just like, God, quit saying that. Okay. I think we're going to keep this. We're just going to play control here with 8 minutes. Talk about bad idea, right? Countering, we've seen how powerful bodyguards can be. Don't want to be countering bodyguards, though. We really want a Kenku to show up real quick with this Bonesplitter draw. These early turns are so crucial, but I can't play too slowly here, so I believe next turn I think I drop Island, Bonesplitter, Preordain. This is very interesting. You guys called it. That's a good card to have there. Cathar Commando, 2 lands. Okay. All right, part of our combos here. I'm going to do what I suggested. I'm going to Preordain. See if we can find either Kenku. Don't need either of these. Bottom. Glad we didn't draw those. Okay. And a little bit of power. Guess we can sit on... Yeah, the problem that Ambush Viper's not going to get anywhere with a Bonesplitter on its back. Recluse not too far behind it. Mindstab Throw, yeah, I have a playlist on YouTube. You can just watch them all in one go. Is that what you're talking about? Thank you, Chimpskey. There's about 50. Like I said, I've got 2 or 3 others in the works. They're just so slow to get out. Well, we can just kill it with the Viper. I think that's the call here. Or sit back with the... They use their Basilisk Gate mana here. Let's not forget they have to do that twice too. So it looks like we're just going to be taking 1 and countering something. Or just playing Ambush Viper. Similar to Fairy's gameplay. What do we got here? Another one. Let's stop that from happening. Seems to be their theme here. Of course, once Tethmos shows up, that's just going to come back. Gatekeeper Vine. Another gate. An hour late. Another Basilisk Gate. Boy, they're going to go really hard like that, aren't they? So I think that Ambush Viper play is still the play. Let me wishing well here. See if we can find our combo. Grade 2, don't like either of these. Bottom, bottom. Sometimes I just love that about preordain effects. Just like, oh yeah, look, your deck was trying to screw you. Now you win. Kenku, any day now. It's 5 a turn. We'll feel fine. I don't even really want my combo to show up right now. I just want to get some aggro on the board and activate that Bonesplitter. Tempted to pop that Witching Well, but I think we're going to have to trade with the Wayfinder if they go all in with this Basilisk Gate tech. Looks like that's the case. With a defender on the other side, we don't care. Now we do want to just run right into it. Boop. A little bit of a time walk for our opponent, using all their mana. Not gaining life via the Sacred Cat, so happy to do this. We only have a defender now. We can counter something. I think it's smarter to just sit on a counter here with this board state. They have plenty of mana, we do too. Cool. Let's, oh boy. I guess we play this, we equip it. We can at least represent some aggro next turn. We still have the counterspell mana. Going to be tripping that well pretty soon. Not too worried about a Gate Creeper Vine. I can stay Recluse here. I want to keep Tethmos from showing up for sure. Almost exclusively. I might just want to just wait. All right. All right. That is there for sure. We're attacking. You know, I could pulse into a Viper too. I think we well right now. We're likely to find a land. Sacrifice the will. Draw 2 cards. There we go. Sometimes I know what I'm doing. Play to your outs. Zip up abilities. I missed the Pauper Classic Tuesday this week. I had some long days at work. They weren't hard days. Just my assignments came in late, and it was just like, I guess I'll finish it. Opponent's drawing dead. We're not representing too much damage here. I really like this Preordain. Oh boy, sometimes I just love it. Should we hide out first? I think we should. Let's hide out. Another Murasa target if we need it. Let's go get a blue here. If we can win this turn, or not this turn, this game, I'll feel like we have plenty of time. Ah, there we go. Do I go top on these? I think I do. Well, it doesn't matter. One's going to shuffle away the other. So I'm going to play one now. Trinket Mage. Up. We'll say yep. Yes. Now, do we grab Tormod's Crypt at this stage? I'm going to grab our combo. I'll sit back on this and attack. We will equip the Trinket Mage to do our heavy-duty bashing and keep our Recluse back to just start assassinating whatever moves. And hopefully go from there. What a strange game. Oh, signs up for Buy Me a Coffee at MTG Bot. What you mean? Or they're talking Clarence Trent D'Arby song lyrics there, Dreamer Stango, if you want a real deep dive. Did something happen to Buy Me a Coffee I'm not aware of? I know we do have the link. It's been a while. I haven't had much coffee from anybody. All right. Flood's fine. Let's get out our bow. Do 1, 2, 3 on this. Boop. Just see some spider throw over an axe and put on a bow. It's pretty funny. I think it's better to just attack here, and if they want to trade defender for that, that's fine. I got 4 minutes. I can ping it at EOT, and there's been some games like this where you ping your own Trinket Mage, and then you pull some Murasa back to go get, you know, some answer from your yard. Oh, thanks for that, Chimpskey. I didn't mean for the plug, but it's nice to have. What do we have here? No. There will be no shenanigans for you, sir. Boop, into the yard immediately. Patience. Has won the day? Maybe it hasn't. Did they wait till they drew 2? What is this? Ooh, there's the deal. All right. Well, let's shoot here. This is when we need the Coatl to show up. These Pulse of Murasas are going to be very needed. It's going to cost me an entire attack turn here because of that. Dang. Sorry about that, Shiraz. Hopefully it gets better for you. Oh, don't like that. Got to kill that. Don't want his life coming back. That's kind of the only stand we've got. Ambush Viper. Good times. Coatl? Let's go see if we can find one. Okay, we don't need that. And we'll be all right minus one of those. Preordain those back. Let's say top bottom. 2, 3. Let's bring this back just because we're going to really want to have some life here. Righto, righto. Let's shoot this now. No shenanigans can come about. Okay. I'll sit back. You know what? Let's pulse again. Increasing our chances of a good top deck here. Getting back a land, gaining 7 life, and upping the chances that we draw something we need. 2 minutes left. Let's go. The other play is to equip the Trinket Mage with the Longbow so we could shoot our cat at the end of turn, but well, we preordained after Brainstorm, so we didn't have that card till after we pulsed. Guess I could have done it in a different order, though. You're right. I'd have to watch the replay. Here comes some pain. Man, how good will the Winged Coatl feel here? They just go all in on this, and you're just like, smack! Wow, that's a lot of damage. Ooh. What a fun game. Come on, Winged Coatl! Then they're like, screw the cat. We're just going for the win here. Did we put any fog effects in here? Ah, not what I needed. Our opponent is going to do it. Well done. We had the Coatl, we just couldn't find it. We had fogs, we just couldn't find it. We could get him to 5, but I'm just going to give him the game here. As we write down an L. We can't finish on time here, guys, so really close matchups. Having a great time. I'm going to go get some coffee, and we're going to watch some Antique Roadshow and go from there. Let me game details. Concede match. Didn't know I could do that. It's the first time I've ever done that. Boop. All right, guys. Back in a few. Enjoy your coffee.
I brought in Magic cards. My husband played Magic in the 90s.
Okay.
And at the time, he made a concerted effort to get a whole set. He played with his friends and played in tournaments.
Okay.
But then I think he wanted to have a complete set, and so he would buy individual packs at the store, and until he was able to put together a complete set. He traded for some of the cards as well.
Magic the Gathering was created in 1993 by Richard Garfield in collaboration with Wizards of the Coast. And it was actually considered the first trading card game that started the craze. So like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, All those card games came afterwards, after the influence Magic had on the collecting community. Now, when Magic came out, it was the first alpha limited set. Now, the alpha set consisted of 295 cards, and then there was a second reissue called the beta limited set, in which you have here all cards for the beta set, which was limited to 302 cards. Now, you never played Magic or anything like that?
I haven't played. My husband played.
Okay, so to give you the image, just pretend you're two dueling wizards, and you're going to be summoning some spells, you're going to be bringing out some creatures, and the whole point is each player starts with 20 life points, and the whole goal is me as a competing wizard, I want to say, oh, I want to drain your life points. So the first person to bring the other opponent to 0 wins. Do you know why we have the binder open to this page with these 9 particular cards?
No, I don't.
Okay. That's like this is referred to as the Power 9. And the reason why we call it the Power 9 is these are literally the most powerful cards in existence in the Magic world. Now, today, the Power 9 are not allowed to be played in decks or anything like that unless it's a vintage tournament. So all of these cards were printed in 1993 as part of the beta set. And after that, they went into an unlimited printing. They just printed and printed and printed. So by seeing the black border, the rounded corners, and these little white dots in the printing on each edge of the image, that's how we're able to tell these are printed in 1993, part of the original set. If you had to guess, what do you think the value on 9 cards is?
Couple $100.
Couple $100. Now, because they're ungraded, now the grade and condition of a card significantly affects the value. That's why we left it right in the binder, because I don't even want to breathe on them, let alone touch it, because the slightest nick, the slightest crease all affects the value. Looking at both sides of the cards, judging the wear, I would say they all probably range around an 8 out of 10 condition. You might have a 7.5 in there, but they've all been well taken care of. For the Power 9 right here, as they sit without professional grading at auction, you'd be looking at $50,000 to $75,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right? So out of that 50 to 75, the Black Lotus, which is like the creme de la creme, that's the card everybody wants, is $15,000 to $20,000 in its current condition.
Okay.
The second card right here, the Mox Emerald, which is one of the 5 jewel cards that you can see here, is the rarest of them all. In its current shape, you'd be looking at about $8,000 to $12,000. Now, that's just this page of 9 cards. When it comes to the other cards that you have here,
Yeah.
if you look here, this card right there, Volcanic Island. Now, that is what we refer to as a dual land or a dual mana card. The cool part about that card is it was not included in the alpha set. It was only issued in the beta set.
Sorry for the interruption. It's time to play. Opponent's ready. I have to cut that one a little short. Let's go. I'm going to keep this because of the Preordains. And Witching Well, if you want to go that far. Caffeine is back. And my son, actually, my youngest, just got his first full-time job. Working in a local store here in town. It's cool because he can actually walk there if he doesn't have access to the car, which at $7 a gallon is a thing. Let's go find some land. No. Bottom. Land. All right. Oh, it's green. We got another Preordain on its way. Paladin 19, Normandy, France this week. Good to have you with us, my friend. Oh, is our last round opponent in the chat? Is that what I'm trying to read? That was a pretty cool. I just wish we had 10 more minutes. I think we could have pulled that off. All right. Top. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Top. Boink. I'll play out a well. I think I'd rather see a well than the longbow combo here. Let's do that. So much fixing. We'll say bottom and top. I guess I want to see a well next turn. Yeah, I don't want to miss a land drop. Let's go. Really fighting all these early cards. Sure glad this isn't a red list the way our opening draw showed up here. Oh, Memphet ran. Oh, that was you. Good to have you with us. Yeah, what a first game that was. I think it took me like 7, it's more than that. It was like almost 20 minutes to pull off that game 1. I just didn't have the clock for it. I was waiting for the Winged Coatl, the block, or the top deck Kenku, but you had me there. Great games. I just wish we could have seen who won game 3. Alrighty, I guess we'll lead off with another one of these. See if we can find a green source here and get our things rolling. Don't think I'm going to need these. I do like Preordain. I'll say bottom top on this. Can always bring out our combo. Oops, I messed that up. Oop, I did. Here we go with this. I think I'll leave our little thing of surprise just in case. I'd rather sit on Counterspell here. Yeah, boy, Tethmos. And you can get that thing to work. It is gorgeous. This is a rematch? What's going on here? Blue-white gates. 3 gates. Locked and loaded. What do we got? Game 3 of 5. Yeah, I'll counter this. I got plenty of answers. I just don't want their hand to get filled up. Hopefully they're not sitting on another one. I got a Preordain up next. So we can find a green source. Get our Longbow in action here. Of course, given the mana results of what we've seen across from the table, that Counterspell might be better spent on a journey in a little bit, but we'll send. Always double guessing yourself. That's the name of this game. Show us some mana of some sorts. Good grief. Let's see, bottom. I'll say top. Well, let's go. Find me some land. Brokers Hideout would be really nice here. Oh my god. This is when you hate Brainstorm. Put 2 cards back. Well, we're not going to be seeing this color for a while. Good god. This is painful. We'll get this out. Just pass the turn. This is when Brainstorm is so depressing if you don't have like a Broker's Hideout effect or something. Used to have those as ponders. But with the wait and play style this has, where you have flash everything at the end of the turn, instants go up in value as far as making the deck run smoother. From the stove with the coffee, says Chimpskey, going old school. This dude's just freaking out. Talking the artwork versus this one's just a little more calm and collected. This guy's just like, what? That hurts. I can't think that fast. His mouth's all electrified. It almost looks like it could just be a lightning bolt effect, like zzz, like this dude's dead. This one's a lot more on the nose. Of course, the one with the clouds, that's a little too on the nose. Yeah, Psychic Purge, there you go. All right, here come the Hawks. We're at least 2 turns away from being relevant. We can sit on a Counterspell, but that's not going to help too much with the Basilisk Gate. Maybe we can trick them into a Guardian of the Guild pack play here. They sneak that through next turn. Boy, we have really fought our mana. Why can't Witching Well cost 3 to trip? Good news, we're at 20. That's about the only thing going good right now. I've got double counters in hand, but they're powering out creatures at this stage, so. Really stand by this list. I know we've technically lost both first games, even though that time clock was a little bit of a asterisk, but it still counts. Had a few streams where I did well with this list, but this is kind of a time hog, so it's not very nice with streaming and trying to entertain you all, but I sure love it. Worst case scenario, I was hoping they were going to cast creatures there. Be nice to have a snap here, right? Yep, 3-turn clock if we don't find an answer here. I know one's not coming, it's just another Viper. Now next turn we might be able to do something. We'll get out 1 Recluse, we might be alright. We top deck like our natural forest, and then we can back up Counterspell for like maybe their journey or something like that. Yeah, let's stop that. Look, we did something. When 2 mana goes wrong. Opponent's got like access to just about every color they want. Never been too big a fan of the gate strategy. I've got plenty of them built, but boy, that is molasses. It's inevitable. It's great when it starts going down. Ice D200. This is a Deathtouch Ping. It's probably the worst opening hand we've had. We have 2 Preordains and a double Witching Well, so I thought it'd be no problem, but it's really been finding us stultified. Yeah, you get out your instant flash dudes, equip them with the longbow, back up, counter magic, kill everything that moves, and then use your Trinket Mage to go find it, or a Bonesplitter to kind of speed up the clock, and a little Kenku on the side with the artifact lands. Trinket Mage would be really nice here. Good grief. I think we're just going to naturally lose here. Got to sit back and pitch Witching Well. Maybe take... I'm going to be just so close to dead. They knew what we had. They would definitely get out one more Hawk so that... Well, no, you have to equip Basilisk Gate at sorcery speed, so that doesn't work. With another gate, we are hurting for certain. Yep. Well, you know, we'll start the game at 2 life. Once we get everything set and right. Maybe they'll forget to attack if we do this now. Sometimes it works. About 1 in 20. Can we see a natural forest, please? Well, we can trinket into a Tree of Tails, play the Recluse, and probably lose. Tempted to maybe not even show them what we're playing. They don't even know we're on green here. Here comes 7 more. Yeah, and they've got the Seagate mana up here. I mean, we have Counterspell, but we can't stay there. We'll try it. Entertaining, right? They're bringing in another creature here. What's going on? Well, that'll help in a little bit, but for right now, we've got to play Trinket Mage. They counter this or the Recluse. It's just gone. They might think we're on a Dispel since we've already shown them one. Do they counter? Okay, fine with that because they don't know what we're on. They see a longbow, but that's about it. All right, begin sideboarding. All right. Not too worried about this. We do have some cats to worry about, but get our stuff online. We'll be all right. I think presence might be pretty good here. I'm only going to bring in 2, though. And we'll probably lose 1 Witching Well. I'd like to keep our counter magic the same. Hey, Iso's in the house. Good to have you with us. I was just telling everybody I missed Tuesday. I was just a little late coming home from work. Traffic was a little thick. I jumped on the computer, and the round had already started. Some weeks I tell everybody I might be late. Sign me up and drop me if I'm late, but I forgot to do it that time. Yeah, I want to play first. Let's go. Combo in hand. Counter magic 2. We'll keep this. Mana's not fighting us this time. We'll just get it all right with the early Brokers Hideout. And we've even got double longbow. Not optimal, but if they do have, we have shown them that. So they might have brought in some artifact hate. Like me sometimes. Nice. Careful. Don't click through this spell. What? All right. Forest. All right. That Pulse of Murasa was nice too, but not with all the... Quite a bit of counter magic for a gate list. Just a gate control, it looks like. Better write that down. Gate control. Alrighty, got an early Kenku too. We'll bring out the seat. Power out our dude here. This way we can play longbow next turn with the spell backup. Hopefully maybe we just find our our indestructible land. The bridge. Yeah, it's pretty traditional Cobblade. A lot of counter spells. We've got a lot of counters too. Wish they'd come out with new artwork for the Longbow. It's kind of a mess. Oh, what's that, ESO? What's PCC? Is that the champ? Oh, yeah, it's October, right? Oh, thank you. What time, man? Yeah, I got a Discord. Thank you for the reminder. I would have totally forgotten about that. Definitely. I know I'm on the leaderboard. All right, let's bring out. Let's pretend that we have more counters than we do. We'll bring this out. No reason to bring out the other one in case Dust to Dust is in effect. Very well be. So, okay, so same time. All right, thank you so much for that. Yes, I will be attending. Maybe I'll bring this. A bit too much of a time hog, this one, with some matchups. Let's dispel that. No fixing for you, sir. I think it's the championship for the Pauper Classic Tuesday officially. It happens in October. I barely, when he said that, I was like, oh yeah. Another reason to get on Gathering, y'all. Woo! Another Dispel would be nice. That's a lot of magic today. All right, we'll preordain here. You like that? Actually, Trinket Mage isn't all that great here. Oh yeah, it is, because we can go find our colorless source of damage. Yeah, we're gonna power out the Mage here top. I'd like to have the Bonesplitter, but since this searches, it just ruins it. So we'll bring out our Trinket Mage. Since we've already got our combo on board, and they're playing a Prismatic Strands flying strategy. It'd be nice to have an indestructible flyer. Let's go get it. And attack. We'll play the bridge next turn, equip the spider, and start shooting stuff. I really wonder what my record at PCT would be if I didn't always tend to marry it with vodka in the evenings. My brother's convinced I play better when I have a little bit of a buzz, but I don't know. Bad advice. Just, you know, evening, magic. I don't know. There's something goes well together. The gate is in effect. Man, oh man. I'm sure I'm glad I got a brand new, awesome, state-of-the-art laptop here, because now I can play these decks that take a little bit longer and draw the games out in three and a half hour shows. Apparently, shoot pool better after having. Yeah, I've heard that. Mindstab Thrall. Problem is, after about the second or third, and you get into that fourth, that's when it starts getting like, hey, wait a minute. My oldest, he's second lieutenant in the Army, but he had the course record for a sharpshooter. He was top of the class. And it was funny, the week before he was just kind of average, but he found this new breathing technique, and he hit I think it was 38 or 39 out of 40. They're like pop-up real-life targets and stuff. Pretty cool. All right. let us do this. I guess we equip here. And Kenku next turn. Well, Kenku next turn. I want to start shooting stuff. Let's go. I guess I attack before I ping. Yeah, I really encourage you guys, if you have the time, that tournament's awesome. Doesn't cost a thing, and you can actually build up quite a little bankroll. I've got all these emails from like first through like fourth place. You end up getting a few bucks here, sometimes up to like $7 if you win the thing. And you know, a new set comes out, it costs you like $1 to get 4 of everything. And so I've just got legions of those available. Oh, prismatic, dang it. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to. Okay. Interesting. No, they actually suggested a breathing technique that he wasn't doing too well with, and then he kind of developed his own rhythm and pattern, typical of his old man, contrarian, you know, finds his own way or does it differently. And okay, I want to shoot this before a white creature drops for that prismatic strands effect there. Gotcha. Another one of those clock games. Of course, we're up 2 minutes, but this is game 1, right? Or is this game 2? Did I not write down the... Can anyone help me on that? This is game 2, right? I didn't write down... Is it? Too many gate lists today. They're all running together. Can someone help me? All right. That's right. We got super mana screwed. That's right. I'll put an L down. Well, that sucks. I might as well kill it now, right? Bloop. Do that. I could have shot my own dude, pull some Murasa him back, but that's right. Bye-bye, Recluse. Even Kenku can start shooting stuff if it's the 1/1 variety with these Squadron Hawks and such. Which might be a good call. Get that other bow online. Equip the Kenku. I like that. Eventually, we'll have a green and blue source to stop that prismatic strands from killing little dudes. Got another Brokers Hideout in the yard. We could pull some Murasa that back. I don't believe that's the play. I was just going to say, it'd be so nice to just top deck like a Bonesplitter there to really put the pressure on them, but this will kind of do it too. I'll bring this out. We'll equip the Kenku here. Or no, we won't. We don't have the mana for it yet. I'll just pretend that we have real mana here. We'll just come over for 5. Nothing to sneeze at. We can start double bowing if we top deck a land here and shooting stuff. I don't know if that 3 damage was worth it. I might have wanted to equip that Kenku just so I could shoot stuff and make him use a prismatic there. Who knows? Let's make him think we have a counterspell. Enemy number 1, there comes the life back, and the prismatic is now active. Consider putting that on the bridge and shooting the cat if another creature doesn't show up. Kind of want to just draw a land here. What am I talking about? I could just double equip because I have double longbows out. That's the play, I say. Oh, I don't have the mana for that. Damn. For some reason I thought I was already equipped. Shoot. Okay. Oh, I like that draw. 1, 2, 3. Throw this here. Throw this here. Damn, and I can't do the other thing. Frustrating. Okay. Bring out the other one. Gotta hope they're not dust to dust. We have nothing behind it. Okay. Well, I can at least go grab that Brokers Hideout or whatever dies here, huh? Probably the Trinket Mage. We can go get a Bonesplitter and start speeding things up here. Or go grab a Graveyard Hate with our Trinket Mage there once it dies. Okay. Sit back. However, if I do that with the Kenku on the cat, it'll be pro blue, and then I can't let the Trinket Mage die. I want that Trinket Mage to die. We got no poisonous creatures in our yard. I love that. Okay. Might be a good time for Tormod's Crypt here. Ooh, I'm going to be magicked out today. Long show now and then championship tonight. What am I going to play? Sure red's going to be everywhere. That should make it pretty easy. It's funny, everybody's so ready for red and it can still, even with the most biased list with all kinds of life gain, it can still get you. Oh, thank you for that. Chimpskey, you're right. Tranquility might be a good, maybe just a one of. Such a powerful spell. Frank the 23. Thanks for chiming in, my friend. Hello back at ya. Come on, opponent. I don't want to win on time. Yep, there's no colorless option with Prismatic, and those lands are colorless. Quite a decision tree from our opponent here. They got to kind of go all in with that Basilisk Gate. Guess it depends what they put it on, right? Alrighty, this is interesting. Thank you for that welcome there, Shiraz. Love how friendly we are. Alright, we'll shoot the Caddy OT. Pulse of Murasa back something. That's just reckless, isn't it? I'm just doing it to do it. I think we have to save the Murasa for when that Trinket Mage dies. Alright. Let's shoot this while we can. Bloop. Maybe they use their Prismatic now. Should have waited till EOT. They can just bring this back, and there's yet another creature I got to worry about. That was a bad play. That was a bad play. That's just me sitting here too long. We got Death on a Stick. Oh, they didn't bring the cat back, so I don't feel bad now. Alrighty. We've got shuffle options, so let's brainstorm now. Alright. Oh, I like that too. You know what? We really don't need Pulse of Murasa. Not yet. Watch, I get real thirsty for it later. Be like, oh crap. It's Preordain. Boy, it just wants us to have it, doesn't it? Bottom. Okay, another Trinket Mage. I like that. 1, 2, 3. Trinket Mage. This time we do go for you know what. I believe the best pull here is Tormod's Crypt. Did I take it out? What am I thinking? Witching Well's a pretty good option. Let's grab a Witching Well. Already got a Bonesplitter. We'll bring out the Witching Well. Seeing lots of cards. Can't believe I didn't bring in Tormods. I think they beat us so fast I didn't know that they were so graveyard-centric. Seeing it now, though, that's for sure. And I can block all day long with that bridge, so I think I just run at them with the Trinket here. Oh, all right, cool. Yeah, I think they're preserving their clock there. All right, good. Now I can make some changes. We're going to bring in 1 and 1 here. That's right. We brought in the presence package, which I do believe is correct. We could probably get rid of 1 Bonesplitter. They're on to us now, so the dust to dust might come through. So we've got to play around that. I believe this will be all right. I don't want to go overboard with Tormod's Crypt. It's nice to just have one option to go grab it if I need to. I can always Pulse of Murasa back the Trinket Mage to do some double damage there. I think we're good here. Let's put the Tranquility between some islands and 1 Longbow between the Dispels. Because you all know that's never lost. And a Kenku there means we're foolproof now. Oops, I'm at too many cards. Let me lose a Viper. Submit. Lose a Viper because there's so many creatures on the ground and it trades with everything, and I don't want it to trade. Where's that? We still have access to 8 death creatures. Sorry for all the cracking. Yeah. Mindceptral says, if you ever do a Pauper game live via webcam and you play Bonesplitter, you have to get that one that actually made the show in the intro. Yeah, I wish I had that. My buddy Odin Makes has that one. One of these days I'm just going to cast aside any sort of gentlemanly speak and just ask for it. Be like, man, I should have it behind me, right? I got to hit him up for that. I'll write that down, see if maybe I can buy it off of him or something. If you ever see him at a con or whatever, I've only seen him through Facebook, but there are legions of people. I mean, it's hard to even get a word in. So I'm sure some Magic fans already bought it, but it's a good point. That'd be a really good prop behind me. I could just grab it and swing it at the camera, right? Yeah, Odin Makes, ODINMAKES is his channel on YouTube. Not that he needs any help, but he's a good friend of mine and just an amazing dude. And yeah, we collaborated, 5 years ago or something, and had him do the Bonesplitter axe. So maybe Chimpskey or Shiraz can have a link to that video. I don't have it at the ready at the moment, but it's a really good watch. Shows him make it. I did kind of a speed up variant of it. Sometimes I roll to it as a commercial here, but yep, he's one of 2 Odins on the planet. Strange fact. Did a bunch of name research. Maybe it's 3 now. Who knows? Oh, come on, opponent. I don't want to win like this. Did they just up and go? Hopefully they're still here. Make sure that their name isn't in red here. Show the log. Oh, I guess he wanted to leave. Okay, well, win that one. I do need more coffee, but we'll go from here. See what we can do. So while I got everybody here, I guess I'll go over the deck list for those of you that might have joined us a little bit later as we wait for our next victim. So this is Deathtouch Ping. I do have a fairy variant of this, but this I really feel like having the Counterspell package and Dispel main is really prevalent in this metagame, and it just feels a little bit better, more flexible than the fairies with the ninja package, believe it or not. But oh, okay, that's weird. Boy, we're just winning left and right, aren't we? Let's go. Maybe they don't want to be on camera. Always surprised how many people know about the show. As I was saying, so we go back over here. Boop. Bring up my little cheat sheet here. Bloop, 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 bloop. So it runs off the Viper, the Recluse, and 1 Winged Coatl with access to the Longbow, and you can go fetch everything with a Trinket Mage, including your lands. Nice little flexible list. All right, let's see if our opponent sticks around this time. Ooh, boy. I'm going to keep because of the Preordain. I might get in a lot of trouble, but we have the combo in our hand, so let's keep it. I tried Chimpskey. I had 3 Spell Pierce for like a week straight in this list, and I just always wanted them to be a Dispel. Like I said, midway through, there were so many times like mid to late game where you feel like you're countering something just to make the card relevant, and not that it was worthy of countering. It's just when they finally got down to where they couldn't pay 2 mana. I had a hash mark list, and it was like 27 to 2 of times I wished it was a Dispel. So, but watch, they're probably sitting on one right now. Oh, okay, good. Here comes a Preordain. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Good. We've got this. I'm going to power out the Preordain and probably the bow and just sit. All right. I do like these cards, but I'd rather have mana show up. So I'm going to say bottom. It's tough with this Recluse. It's likely that... Okay. I'm going to bring out the bow just because I think they're on some sort of control, and once I slip this out, it might stick for the rest of the game. Plus, we've got Ambush Viper EOT. If we land a land, we should be all right. We just really want to see a land here. Okay, they're on the counter plan, so are we. I think we'll just wait here and just do EOT. Maybe they got some Brainstorm trick here. And Spell Pierce won't do nothing here. I'm going to go... We'll bring our dude out. Boop. This is probably a Blue Serpent list. Another place where Spell Snare doesn't do anything. That's a creature. It's nice against controls. Control decks when you are able to have a Viper out, because it does 2 damage. You know, sometimes you can get a Bonesplitter out and start doing some real damage. Yeah, and in Chimpskey, I've got a pretty good record against the terror lists. But just like Red, you know, when you go in with a hate, it seems like you shouldn't ever lose, and you still can. Snap and stuff is kind of a pain in the butt. What are they most likely to counter? Let's attack first. They are so likely to counter that Witching Well, but... So I'm going to do one of my little sneaky moves. Most people don't fall for it, but you tap 2, you think for a beat, you untap, and then you make them think like, oh, they're trying to make me bait to the Witching Well, which is what we really want to have happen, because we're a little marooned on our land. They didn't fall for it. Good for them. Whoa, I've never seen that one before. Not a fan. Hope it didn't cost them much money. That's a good pull there, Dreamer Stingo. A little bit of a Rancor action there. What is this? Ooh, is this just familiars? Did I completely miscall this? I think this is just familiars, which we should be good against too, except for Snap. That's why we run Dispel. Representing counter magic. Now, unlike other decks, they can't block here, so that's pretty cool. Come on, list. I'm playing plenty of lands. I'm actually playing 1 or 2 more than I should to stop these scenarios from happening. Historically, I will admit this deck doesn't stream all that well. I know I've said that once before. I don't know what it is. Second I unplug off of Twitch, this thing seems a lot better than it's playing right now. We've really had some sticky hands where it's just like, come on, man, give me some goods here. Worthy of Counterspell in that. If it works. Modern Age showing up. All right. I gained some life. Even just a land here. Trinket Mage. Go get another land. I'd be fine with that. 3 Pulse of Murasas. Where's this hand when I'm playing red, right? Snap suggests they've got another one. You don't discard one without having the other. So we can assume that as much. Dispel will help. God, Les, come on, man. This is really ridiculous. Do I get another creature out, or do I just keep attacking here? I think I sit back on Dispel. Yeah, Familiars is a tough deck, especially when you're stuck at 2 mana. Preordained and Witching Well, then it's should be plenty here. Yeah, their mana's getting a little too great now. It might be Scoopsville. Land would be very nice. Even a Broker's Hideout, and then I could fetch it back with Murasa and get our land going that way. Come on, come on. Snap Dispel. Again. What is this? Okay. Getting back Counterspell. Yeah, this is getting over real quick, guys. Mana's just fighting us too much. 5 mana to 2. Graveyard Engine's uprooted. We need 2 lands right now so we can equip and have Dispel back up to at least just be in this. But the problem here, too, is that we've actually shown them kind of our intent. So they're probably going to bring in some Dust to Dusts. Seeing a Tanglepool. They could probably deduce that we're playing Kenku. No tricks there. It's almost like they know what I have in my hand. All right. I'm tired of the list fighting us. We're going to just go to game 2 and hope for better. Is there a land there? Nope. Begin. Don't want to bore everybody to death with where that was headed, right? We'll get rid of a Winged Coatl, even though it does have flash. Too thrilled about that. I believe that's all we're going to do. Bonesplitter is going to help push things through. Even a Trinket Mage will have a 4 toughness side. We've got a really good package here, so let's use it. Tranquility. Maybe 1. Let's bring in 1. Maybe for our Bonesplitter there. Let's go. Ah, I love this list. Again, if you watch, if you go back in our videos, you'll see about 8 or 9 months ago we played this, but it had the Fairy package, and the Seer, and the Ninja, and the Spell Stutter. Gone are the... I think I still had 2 Counterspells main, but all the Dispels, the Ponders, the Brainstorms, the Witching Wells. Yeah, I want to play first. Let's see more than 1 land this time. Triple Preordain and Tormods. I'm going to keep this. Got 3 turns to find lands here. All right, lands, please. Let's go. I had a second force for a while. We're going to say top. Play this out. But we have the Tree of Tales, quite a few of the others. You can really get into trouble with just seeing too much green early on. Like I said, I had about a 10-day trial run with 2 forests main, and I, again, really recommend write down the problem you're having with the list, or when things hiccup, and then start making hash marks if you play like I do, and then you start seeing like, oh wow, that's like a 20 to 3 thing, and obviously I don't want to do that. I'm getting my mind stabbed, that's for sure. What do we have, a Pharaoh right out of the gates? Okay. Clunky hand, we don't have any threats. We can stop their yard from doing much here. Okay, there's that. Let's see if we can find a island. Not sure I want to play that longbow. Oh boy, top. I think I'm just going to go top. Play this. I'm a little bit sunk to dust here, but I'll play around it. I can keep that counterspell in case they do have it. Modern Age showing up. All right. Just need a creature to show up. We should be all right. Ooh, be very thrilled by that. Should have a contest who can build the best Mind Stab Throw list. I used to love that card. Backed up with Hymn to Turok and such. That's good times. Okay, like this. Let's power out. I think Preordain's a little more valuable right now. I like that Dispel a lot. Bottom, top. We can fight stuff here. I'm just worried about a dust to dust here, so I'm going to sit back. Next turn I'll power out Longbow. We'll have just need a creature to show up. Exactly, Mind Stab Throw. I won a lot of cards that way. I used to play for Ante way back. Excuse me. Hope not much of that got on the mic. Sound anyway. Okay, now they're having the same issues we did. Oh, never mind. It's all the wrong mana. It looks like they need blue real bad. Well, I guess if they had Dust to Dust, they would have played it. Let's brainstorm? Sure. I love Kenku, but not right now. Let's put back Murasa and the Recluse, or do I want to play the Recluse now? I want to play the Recluse now. We'll put that back. Okay. Let's bring this out. I'll do this here. Play the Recluse. Okay. And next turn we'll start equipping stuff. Tough. We know Snap's around, so I don't want to go too all in on this here. Yeah, we're going to have to go all in here. Snap, counterspells. Do have Dispel. They don't have any reducers at the stage right now, so do believe this is a fight worth fighting. Let's use the green mana for it, though. We'll bring out the Longbow. Wow, that was easy. All right. Guess we'll attempt to equip here. Shut this down real quick. Okay, well, that was easy. Let's kill it. Wow. They're letting us do stuff. We've got the Kenku play next with some... It's dead, Jim. Deathtouch. Yeah. Jean-Claude Van Damme style. We have any Belgians in the house? Remember when he was, I was quite his fanboy when I was in grade school. When like Bloodsport came out, I think I was like in the 8th grade or something. And they had a Kung Fu magazine or something. This was before the internet, and they called them the Muscles from Brussels. All right, that's worthy of that. Let's counter that. Maybe we can just shut down this game plan here. Bloop. They're looking for... Oh, that's a sorcery? For some reason I swore that was... Well, I thought I had Envelop. That's my excuse. Yeah, I was that fanboy. I'd go to the magazine stands and get just about any article on them and stuff. John Van Clocaine, you're right. Yeah, he was he partook greatly, that's for sure. I'm going to Kenku here, and I'm not going to attack. Or should I attack with Tormods? Kind of worried about a journey play here. Well, he'd want to go after the Recluse. I am going to attack. Take that. I think the better target might be the Recluse for what they're trying for. Snaps the key. We still have the Dispel in hand. We've kind of shown our hand, though, with that Lorien revealed, like, counter. It's like, whoops. We know their hand's filled up good now. They've got to find a snap. Okay, there's that. Mana's not fighting us now. Another one. This is good. They're using up the blue in case they do find a snap. They might not have the snap back counterspell. That's what I'm trying to say. I should fire up my old PC and see if it works still. Sometimes PCs. Well, I guess we're just going to shoot that, right? Yeah, let's remove the yard now so they get nothing. So no mana up. So we're down a minute. We'll shoot that. Dead, dead, dead. I wish we could Pulse of Murasa back their Archaeomancer for us. That would be pretty sweet. Doesn't work that way, old man. All right. We don't really need too much. Do I need that land? That would be nice. Let's say top and then top here. Just so we've got a full threat of, what do you call? Counterspell and Dispel. Yeah, I probably should have done it that way, Chimpskey, with it on the stack. Don't really see him reanimating it, though. Could happen. Don't really care about this. I'll let this through. I can just kill it. Don't want to get reckless with our counter spells here. Saving them for stuff that's going to mess with our clock here. We don't have any targets for Murasa. That's rare. Usually do. All right, first I'll dispel that. I'll probably get met with some sort of trickery. Okay, cool. Well, we're 1-1. Let's see how we do here. Thank goodness that was not Spell Snare. They had 2 mana. Is Tranquility a waste? Guess we'll find out. I like our options here. I don't think I'm going to change anything. Let's just mess with the algorithm of whatever it's trying to hurt us with our mana here. There we go. That's the changes we're going to make. We're going to take one more coffee break after this and come back for the last round. Oh, better mark that down. That Roadshow segment from the Antiques Roadshow with the Magic cards that I cut to. Good grief, List. What is going on? I'm playing 2 more lands than I'm mathematically supposed to. But it runs so long. I think it's like a 4-minute clip, so it's rare that I show the whole thing. I'm going to mulligan that. This is good. We will keep. I really like this hand. Keep. We have plenty of artifacts. I throw this one back. Done. Try to keep it to 1 artifact. It's tough to do when part of your combo is that. What is Arnold's response? Oh, I sense a long-winded dad joke coming up. Rachmaninoff. We have an opening, folks. But they have snap. Jaopan. I have to read that a little slower to see if it makes sense. All right, we'll sit back on Counterspell. If they don't want to do anything, we'll Viper asking for the counter. Chopping, like the chopper. If you haven't had a chance to see Arnold on Netflix, it's a really good 3-part series. Fascinating dude. I don't really care about that. Creatures can be dealt with. And unlike other decks, this is the time you don't want to have this out because they can't 0/4s can't block any of our guys all day long like they can against other decks. So this is a true bear in this matchup. I used to have a total gym. It was a fun workout. Up, down, sliding around. Come on up. What are we doing here? Ooh, viewers fell off. I must be streaming too long. All right, let's do here and here. Bring out the Viper. Cool. 2 free damage, unless they want to trade, which I really don't think they will want to do that. I'm going to brainstorm now. Don't really have a way out of this if we get kind of screwed over. All right, talk about screwed over. I'll put these back. Boy, I really want a shuffle effect here. Maybe I should go back to Preponders there. Really want to stop a snap scenario from happening here. Of course, if I play, you know what? No, because if they got double snap, they've got it. I'm going to play this out, so I've just got some more threats. They have to have double snap here to really kind of stultify our sequencing and tempo. Okay, there's some more life. Still can't block anything, nor can familiars. We do have a thing called Deathtouch. This would be fun if they let us untap. God, we just have islands coming up for days. Been a snap keep, you're right. Consider playing snap because you can untap a Kenku land and have a nice combat trick too. I was messing around with that idea for a while. A little too cutesy though. Bring this out. Attack again. I guess maybe I'd play that Tree of Tails next to see if they have Dust to Dust. It's not an auto counter. I might let them have it, depending on... I mean, we are really flooded. We know the next like 2 lands are going to be our Seat of Synod and another island. That was a very depressing brainstorm. Oh my gosh, the last Ashoka on Disney was so bad. If you know anything about Grand Admiral Thrawn and the Star Wars universe, they just... That was like a 5-minute episode stretched to 40 minutes, and it just had... It had plot holes the size of the Death Star in it. They're in a hurry to leave the planet. Spoiler alert, by the way. I won't say too much. But yet, we're just going to keep waiting, and it was just... After so much smart stuff, it was bad. I'll play this just so we have double green if they do any sort of shenanigans of bouncing stuff, and I'm not even sure if they bounce like an ambush viper. It might not even be worth countering that. Sure, awesome. How many are you on already, buddy? It's late for you. Are we just going to get there honestly here? Green lightning bolts every turn? Okay, our next draw will be a real card, hopefully. Open cider number 5, yeah. You and your ciders. That is a good drink, though. I hope my son's back on the road. Man, that's a crap. This is his longest drive day, and his car breaks down. He has a mechanic friend that looked at it right before he left and everything, too. So, what is this? A ghostly flicker for the life gain? Is that what's happening here? Mole Drifter? Okay. He forgot to tap his land. Those Karus are mean once they go on the stack. If you didn't already tap it, it's a goner. It's just a funny scenario. Our deck's really getting flooded out here, but it's neat because we're able to, they can't really block anything we're doing. Well, Kenku here, this was well timed. No reduction mana, but lots of mana. I'm coming in for 6. I got him on a 2-turn clock. I will say this. We'll attack. Now they can block Kenku, but that's about it. But boy, are they going to get a lot of life if stuff starts spinning up. Wish I had a double Dispel here. That'd feel a lot safer. I'd consider not even attacking there so I could have Counterspell Dispel. That might be the right play. I don't know. Yeah, this feels like a snap incoming. No, interesting. Really like this. They do gain 3 life, but we've got quite a big window here, and it looks like our counter magic will be relevant. They don't have any familiars out. Feels like we've got this one if we can get to our next turn. Especially if I don't have to use any counters right now. Oh, yes, please. Let me untap. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Bring this out. Now we're at full power. Would have been nice if I just grabbed another Dispel there. We do run 3. When's our combo gonna show up? Be nice to kill some stuff. Okay. Keep them off of deep analysis magic there. I always have 1 more mana than everyone else. Shiraz, we haven't played in ages. I think the last time we did it was that singleton variant of Pauper, remember? Hey, all right, cool. We pull the 2 and 2. Okay, I'm going to go to Sideboards Explored. Going to visit some removal. I'll be back with my last cup of coffee in our last round right after this.
Welcome to Sideboards Explored, Removal. Curse of Chains can be used as removal in any white and or blue decks. Great for isolating threats like Gurmag Angler. Many times it is better to cause an opponent's creature to stay on the battlefield rather than go into their graveyard. Gutshot. Pauper is full of amazing creatures with a 1 toughness backside, and even if you're not on red, paying 2 life to counter a spell stutter sprite or do that unexpected prowess damage is nothing shy of awesome. Viridian Longbow is magnificent for the same reasons Gutshot is, only with the Longbow, you get to keep doing it. Gleeful Sabotage is a flexible card versus artifacts and enchantments, allowing a 2-for-1 removal effect for a small amount of tempo loss. It's a great starting point for dealing with artifacts and enchantments. Shenanigans is hate at its finest. This card just keeps coming back for more destructive fun. And all at that low cost of dredging for 1. Snuff Out exemplifies sneaky removal and shines versus Kiln Fiend style matchups. It is wonderful for stopping recursion loop combos, even when tapped out. Oblivion Ring is a great option when you're first creating your sideboard. Since similar decks tend to run Journey to Nowhere main, Oblivion Ring can act as a great backup plan that can target many other threats as well.
And we're back. Last round, everybody. Thanks for joining me again. All right. Let's see, we'll keep this because of the Preordain. Oh, boy. I don't like this. I'm going to mulligan this. This just feels like a trap hand. All right, we have plenty of land here. Part of our combo. We'll keep this. I'll get rid of 1 well. Oh, come on. What are these people? Fine. I had a mulligan anyway. We get a free play. Woo! Let's go. Happy Pauper days is my step through. Oh, this guy again. Yeah, let's start something in the background. He's the one that quit on us, so we'll just do this in the background so we don't run into them again. All right. We'll go over to that other game, and since they quit on us, make sure it's the same dude. See match. See how he likes it. Because we've got a real player here. All right, counter magic, a little bit of threats, a little bit of good stuff. We'll keep it. This is usually how this deck draws, about 3 lands. Keep. Woo! Eventually, I'm going to have to update that. Ooh, what do we got here? Hexproof? Or some new trickery? I'm just going to write hex for now. Because I'm arrogant like that. Call it with a 1-drop, baby. Woo! Let's go. Pow. Tanglepool Bridge. Let's go. Yeah, the Winged Coatl is going to be fun if a Selhana shows up. All like 9/9. Boop, dead. Hopefully the ethereal armor isn't a thing, because that will really send us packing. It's gonna be quick, folks. Not a very good matchup. Let's just be honest. Not gonna be able to do that. What else do we have? Let's brainstorm. Yeah, first strike. Tranquility is going to be pretty much our only option. What I'm really considering here is Dispel is going to be awful. I don't know if I can get past it. I'm gonna scoop up here. We don't really have a way through a early first striker. I was wrong there. I could have at least found Kenku and gone with the blocks, but we'll bring in double Tranquility and all of our terrifying presence. We will not need graveyard removal. Bonesplitter and Witching Well are going to be a bit slow. We do not need any dispels. Got 1 spot room. We'll bring in the Echoing Truth for their enchantments, especially for strike, and we'll go from there. Yeah, that's the other thing. They might, Upsuits is a watcher of the channel. He might have been sleeping on us, I don't know, but not a good matchup. Yeah, we want to play first. The combo is not all that important here. Our mana is right. We've got quite a bit of time to stay alive. Of course, that's not really relevant against Hexproof, is it? I'll keep this hand. It's right on the edge. We can Viper Surprise if a first strike doesn't show up. I'll go get green here. Hopefully we find some Tranquility. Bloop. You go through the turn. Ooh-doo-doo. Staying alive. Yeah, that's right. I'd rather sing the Flash Gordon song myself. All right, well, there's that. I guess we play into this little trick move here. If they got like a, maybe they're sitting on just one of these and it's just a Rancor play or something. Who knows? We don't want to see white into ethereal. That's normally it's Armadillo Cloak you're worried about, but not with this list. It's ethereal. Okay, that's a really strange play. Play the forest to tap the barons. Huh. Commune. All right. Let's see what they show us. Oh, they don't show us anything. Oh yeah, reveal. What'd you reveal, sir? All that glitters in a plane. Yowza. Well, we're gonna go on the assumption that they don't have a creature. Okay, they didn't fall for that. I don't know if it's worthy of, I think I just sit back again, right? Yeah, let's play it out. I think they know what we're on. Okay. Shall we brainstorm? I believe that's the better poll. Bono's best. Tranquility. Really like that. This is just irrelevant in this matchup. There could be some relevance. Silhana. I already have a trinket. I'll throw this back and this back. Pull this off. We do have Tranquility. Say bloop. Do I attack here? I'm going to feign the just want him to just pile up stuff with first strike so that that could be some relevance. There could also be some elephants. I like that. Good call. Make sure the mana matches with the one revealed. It might have been a free pull. Nope, it isn't. Boink. All right, so we know 2 cards now. Let's see what we get. All right, Longbow might be relevant there. Okay. Ooh, boy, I like this too. I like this. This is getting pretty. Let's just play Trinket. I think we go get a Tanglepool. Oh, you know what? They might have Dust to Dust. Okay, that's fine. We'll only have 1 artifact out. Here we go. All right. Again, just want to wait on them. I can play... if we get 1 more land, we can have the Coatl Presence play, which is really nasty. Keep in mind, though, that if they kill your targeted creature when you cast Terrifying Presence, the fog does not go off. Played a very smart player the other night, and I was hoping they didn't know that trick, and they did. Still won the game, but it was close. All right, what do you got now? Going to show us some more goods? Let's probably get an Ethereal Armor. There it is. This is looking good. Yeah, we could just Terrifying Presence here. We don't even really need to pull Tranquility. I can just keep sitting on it. Right? Keep that open. Got that open. 1, 2. Let's do this. I'll attack with my Trinket Mage. I'm going to say bottom. Don't really need any of this stuff. Bottom. Play another Tanglepool Bridge. Got 2 mana up for that. I'll just attack with Trinket Mage and go. Did they just tap a mana? What's going on here? So they're going to come over with all this crap, and then we're going to say Terrifying Presence, only the Viper does damage. First strike won't matter. And unless they have a gut shot or something, we should be fine. There's that. Let's pull this off. I'll see if this works before I commit here. I'll do this. Lock here. Oh, okay. Well, he saves his dude. We don't take any damage. Protection from green. Okay. Now we got him worried, right? I don't want to do that now. It's protected from green. So I can keep back Trinket Mage. Do a lot of things here. 1, 2, 3. And I can Murasa back the Trinket Mage. I like that move. It's attack for 2. It's protected from green, so I can't do anything about that. I just want him to go really all in on all that glitters here. Pun intended. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, we can ambush Viper, Murasa, blah, 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 blah. So we're just going to pass the turn here. Nerve-wracking matchup. Wish I had glasses of Urza. Feeling pretty protected, I'd imagine, right about now. It's going to feel very naked very soon. Okay, this is going according to plan. Don't want to see Armadillo Cloak. Good. I don't think so, Mind Stab. It's usually plenty. They're attacking, we're blocking, we want our stuff to die. Bloop, 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 bloop. We will Tranquility next turn. Bam. What do we got? Any more devilry? What's going on here? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. What, the abundant growth play here? Guess so. There we go. Okay, come on, throw on another ethereal. Let's make this Tranquility really hit. Did we get lucky? Nope. Let's dismiss this so I don't screw up. End of turn. Let's do the thing. Murasa, Trinket Mage. Yay. Viper. Here we go. That's frustrating, huh? I guess we Trinket Mage into a land and then Tranquility. Like a bow. You know, kind of stuck either way, aren't we? Let's develop, just in case some sort of shenanigans show up. We'll do this, go get a seat. Yes. The flexibility of Trinket Mage is so awesome. It's like 10 other cards if you read it that way. Boop. Naked man. Huh, maybe I just attack here. Nah, that's folly. Let's go like this. Pass. Our bow will start showing up next turn. Upsuds and I have probably played 400 times over the last 2 decades. Very good player. Used to see him in the tournaments a lot. I don't know if he left or I did, or we left at the same time. Who knows? Whoa, almost up to 3 hours here. Hopefully we can pull this one off. 2 and 2 on the day. Very frustrating mana pulls here. Still wouldn't change much. All right, that plains has been moved. Our neighbors all have new cars. There's a lot of new Teslas in the area and stuff, and they're almost irritating. They have this hum about them, and I think it's because I'm used to just the way old stuff used to sound, and as far as like cars and stuff, and so I think like a loud car starting up in like at 4 a.m. wouldn't wake me up as much as like the new sounds of like the Teslas there. So, all right, we got the Winged Coatl trick. Don't really need to even do it though. Oh boy, this is getting ugly quick. All right, well, we'll just play the bow and win. Well, not win, but they are all in here. This is I guess it's, if nothing improves, it's just Reckless Viridian. Boom. We have a Recluse backup. Okay. Yeah, let's pull that off. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. When you just thought this wasn't relevant, it still is. Pow now. And we'll play the guy here. Oh, okay, cool. All right, we're going off to, oops, I wrote a W there. There was a L and then a W. Let's get this straight. So they know we're packing Tranquility. Not quite sure if Dust to Dust is a thing there. Actually, I think Witching Well is going to be better than a lot of scenarios here, including the Longbow. I think I can go down to 1 Longbow. Maybe I think the Bonesplitter is probably the thing that can go. Wing Gordon, yeah. Gorgon. One of the Deathtouch variants, right? Curfew would be interesting situation like this with flash creatures, but we're at just a few percentage. We're probably 5% odds to lose in this one. It's not that great. I do have quite a few tricks though. Oh, there's one right now. Oh, yeah, double Brainstorm. I'm going to keep this. God, I hope this doesn't hurt me. Flash. Ha. Savior of the universe. Down, 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 down. Anybody over 40 know that? Or under 40 would be the real answer, right? I guess with YouTube, people can expand their horizons. Which is quite a fun insult if somebody's gained weight. It's from one of my favorite bad movies, Hudson Hawk. I don't think it's bad. I love that movie. Okay, one trinket's enough. We're going to go like this and this. Yeah. So Danny Aiello shows up to break him out of prison, and he goes, whoa, and he looks at his waistline. He's like, looks like you've been expanding, and he's like, my next word was going to be consciousness, but it was so obviously he was about to say horizons. I knew what I meant. I think we just sit back on Counterspell and try to stop whatever first strike shenanigans are headed our way with this next play. Yeah, what would you call that? Coffee mixed with cider. It'd be called, the drink would be called the oxymoron. Let's just sit back on Counterspell here. Gonna unfortunately have to use our Trinket Mage to help our mana situation if nothing improves. A vital turn for Hexproof. I think that's worth countering. I like having that presence here. Just really need to find a lot of stuff. I think preordaining here is the right pull. Do I do that? Do that? Do that? This is preordain. Bottom, bottom. At least we have a counterspell. Can EOT Brainstorm if nothing improves. We haven't seen Dust to Dust. I think they're a little too aggro-minded to be playing that. It's kind of not that good against us, but it can shine sometimes. Yeah, I don't want that to show up. First strike is a bad thing for us. Stops a lot of our tricks from happening. Let's do that. So maybe we just drop right in the Tree of Tails here. Block with the Trinket Mage next turn. It's not that big. I don't think we have too much to worry about here. Well, either way, I'll preordain here. Hey, there's a forest. I'll say top. Let's say top. Now we can play our forest, play our dude, go get some stuff. Maybe turn these things on. I still like our unkillable land because you know, it's colorless, so we can do some stuff with it. I think this is the pull here. Just double check. Yeah, we'll do that. If that thing gets like 7/7 or bigger, I'll block. Otherwise, I might let it die. Actually, I think I'll block with it just so we have Pulse of Murasa food. Or the other option, I could sit back, do nothing, double block with Trinket. Terrifying doesn't really work that way. Okay. Abundant Growth is going to get some love here. I like the Skyfisher angle of Hexproof. I think that's a very strong inclusion. What a show. 3 hours. Like a part-time job. My goodness. We got no Kenku in hand. I think we might brainstorm upkeep, try to go find a... that's 5. I'll block that. Rather keep our life total up here. Bam. Let me do this on upkeep. Tranquility. I don't need that many of these. We'll throw this back and this back. I think I want to bring back... that's tough. I do want to shuffle right now, darn it. I can block there. Let me just do that again. We'll draw. We'll play our dude here. That's when you really want an Ornithopter. Okay, yes, for sure. Getting another land is kind of folly here. Our stuff shows up. This might be relevant. This is going to let us dig even further for the... I think Well's the play here. And I think Well's the play here. Come on, show us Tranquility. Let's go. Pulse of Murasa keeps us alive. We've already got one in hand. I say bottom, bottom. Eventually we're going to find some poisonous creatures and such. Let's keep blocking that 5/5. They might divvy up their threats because of the Skyfisher angle. Come on, overextend. Deck's not helping us too much here. Oh, shoot. What was that? I hate when I do that. I clicked close right when it showed up. Oh, there it is. All right. Trample's in effect. That blows. That's a lot of life. I might have to Terrifying Presence targeting Skyfisher after I block here. Getting our land back. Our opponent's almost hellbent. Feeling decent. I'll put that in the yard, sure. Let's let it die. Two mana available. We're at 7. This is getting grim quickly. Bit of a tough scenario here, given that we Terrifying Presence, we take 2. If we Pulse of Murasa, don't find the land, and we might just die to an enchantment top deck. Which is much more likely now. I think we Terrifying Presence pull here. Well, 1, 2, 3. I could go get a Tree of Tails. Still be alive. Let me do that. If I bring this out, I can still Presence. Now I can Terrifying Presence, keep this alive for a turn. Maybe play the bridge. It's about time to get our Death Stick online. I'll go grab that, I believe. Yes. Do you want to use this ability? Nah, I'll just let it go to shit. Alright, Longbow in hand. Bridge play. Presence pull. Pass turn. Just wish I could kill something. Boy, do we need to... we need a lot. We take nothing this turn, but we're probably dead next turn. Targeting our dude. We'll do this. Zoop. No sense in blocking. Come on, where's your abundant growth? I didn't play it. That's a strong play. They must have either ethereal armor, which is overkill, or you know what, and they're just waiting for me to play you know, my hate. Trying to think if it's no, I'm gonna need a mana for that to work. Witching Well's still a little far away here. I guess we just have to hope we draw Tranquility here. But I think they have the answer for Tranquility. 1, 2, 3. I think we bluff that we have Trinket Mage. Oh, that's a bit silly, right? Boop. Here we go. Trinket Mage, please. We'll do that. Play this. I don't think we can survive here, guys. We do have the thing, and we just don't have the green mana to bluff that we have the other thing, right? I guess we pretend that we have Counterspell. I think we're dead. We hope that they think we've got some sort of snap trick, or what would that do? Nothing. They have hexproof. Abundant Growth. There it is. Looks like we're going to go 2-3 on the day. This is a tough matchup. Yeah, they got us. There it is. Deck fought us a little too much there. I think I was right that they were hoarding that ethereal for just the kill blow, the shot there, but good on you there. We'll go down fighting. It's been a fun one. But yeah, ramp and hexproof can be troubles for this list. It can go through quite a bit more or else, but yeah. I used to, when hexproof is in the metagame a lot more, I ran up to three of those, but honestly, you know, this stage of the show is when we say
I brought in magic cards.
I didn't learn nothing. Sorry about the little hiccup there. Meaning, I like this list just as is. If hexproof is in your area a lot, you might want to go up to 3 tranquilities. I just suggested. We are, of course, this is what happens in Magic, right? We're ready for red. We bring in 8. We didn't see a single mountain all day, which is very, very, very rare. I really wanted to show you guys that matchup because it can be ugly game 1, but we almost always win that matchup with between Pulse of Murasa and stuff. Deck has quite a bit of flexibility. Yeah, I really like this build a lot more than the Fairies Ninja angle. I just think everybody's kind of, I don't know if ready for that's the right meaning. It seems like you have more staying power with the raw counterspell suite rather than the delicate Fey package. That kind of sometimes seems like a win more. I might be singing a different tune in 3 weeks. I don't know, but for the metagame right now, I think if you're going to play a Simic Deathtouch, this is the way to go. Anyway, y'all, I'll be back next week. Same time, same place. We're right over 3 hours. Sorry for the long show. Some of you like that. Go Niners. I really hope they throttle the Cowboys. There's nothing worse than a Cowboy fan. They're very loud. Anyway, I'll be online all day, all night, probably playing the Pauper Classic Championship tonight. Until next week, thanks for joining me. I'm going to go out here with the little Zodiac thing I did quite a while ago with the Seer. Adios, everybody. Woo!